I took up jewellery making. I decided to make a chainmail bracelet, and it took me about 2 hours to create a really 7-inch bracelet. But now I just finished completing my third piece of chainmail jewellery, and it was much easier the third time round. So if you persist with what you're doing, if you keep experimenting, you're going to improve your skills. Now, I've jumped straight in there because I've completed the final show. Let me explain what we're going to be doing for the next 4 hours. This is your Miss It, Miss Out show. So we're looking at the last of stock deals and maybe a few clearance prices as well in there. Basically, our mission, as ever, is to find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you, particularly if you already have a P&P up and running. Only ever going to pay one P&P per day here at JewelleryMaker, just $2.95. You have your 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you look at something you think, not quite sure, take the plunge. Get it home, see it for yourself, and then make your decision. That's why we offer you that extended money-back guarantee, so that you can see the gemstones for yourself, so that you can make an informed decision. Now, here at JewelleryMaker, we are part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and as a result, we are able to offer you the best possible value on the market for genuine gemstones. Have a look at some of the gorgeous offerings we have coming up tonight. Is this what I think it is? Or is it? No, it's not. Look at this. Look at this. Coming up at 5 to 9 this evening, a gemstone I've never brought to you here on JewelleryMaker. I don't know if anyone has actually. Beautiful green Kunzite. Now I think traditionally when we think of Kunzite we think of those beautiful feminine tones, but here we have got Mother Nature's base tone, this beautiful pastel shade of green here. And Kunzite does come in a variety of colour tones, so you do have your pink and lilac shades, you also have yellow Kunzite, but I don't think we've ever brought green Kunzite before. Very elusive variety of the gemstone. And here, look at the organic nature of the cuts. They look like icicles. They're going to bring a really organic feel to your designs, aren't they? That is coming up for you as our superstar buy. So that is our final sale of the evening. And that will be brought to you at 5 to 9. Now, we're going to have a star buy each and every half an hour here on the show. So even if none of the individual offers we bring to you actually suit your designs, at the top of every hour and at halfway through each hour, we are going to give you a ridiculous deal, a massive saving on something, or we're going to launch a premier strand like our Kunzite, or of course, coming up later in the show, beautiful emerald. This is a premier strand coming up at 8 p.m. One of the big four. Now we know how popular these sort of household gemstones are. Everybody's aware of the big four, aren't they? Your rubies, your sapphires, your diamonds, and of course, beautiful emerald. This is coming up for you at 8 p.m. this evening. It's gorgeously faceted. Love this variety. I love that depth of colour you get from this particular strand of gemstones. I'm going to say something which isn't very romantic, but just because this is my personal association with the colour tone, it's British racing green, isn't it? I have a strong connection to that colour, just because of Jaguar cars. That's what it is. So when I see the colour, that's my personal association. Now, it's important to remember, everybody out there has a different association with gemstones, and that's the beauty of working with genuine gemstones. We are going to find a deal for each and every one of you. Let's get up and running with the Miss It, Miss Out show. Where are we starting again? Is it? Beautiful. So we've got amethyst top drilled trapezoids here. Very easy to work with. This is February's birthstone, the gemstone of romance, Valentine's gemstone in fact. So it's fast approaching. So everybody out there who'd forgotten, and they thought, oh, we've got a few months off now after Christmas till Easter. No, you haven't. Valentine's Day, it's coming. We must be about 2 weeks away. So if you've got designs in your mind for the Valentine's period, this could be the deal for you, because not only do you get your amethyst trapezoids, you also get your green aventurine cubes. Now I believe that this is a perfect combination of gemstones. I love to see purples and greens together. So synonymous with artistic movements throughout the ages, fashion movements, and of course jewellery designs. The code for this bundle is HLGC56. This is a 2-for-1 deal, so you're going to be effectively buying one strand, getting one absolutely free. Basically, you're buying the strand of amethyst, you're getting your aventurine cubes absolutely free of charge. Now the cubes themselves are 6 mil in size, the trapezoids are 12 by 8 mil. They work perfectly well together, or they may well be a stash building bundle for you. HLGC56, 2 strands for the price of 1, and let's have a look at our price this evening. Straight in at $8.95. Now if you want to get hold of these 2 strands tomorrow, it's going to cost you a lot more, because you're going to have to pay $8.95 for the amethyst alone, and then you're going to have to add the aventurine to your order. So you've got 120 carats of amethyst, you've got 150 carats of green aventurine, and you know what? I've been looking at these cube-shaped gemstones a lot recently and thinking how easy it would be to create charms for bracelets using them. They already have a real dynamic edge to them because of the shape, and maybe if you just use 2 as a little dangle, slightly differing lengths, it'd make the perfect charm, I think. But as I say, they also work perfectly with your amethyst, February's birthstone, and here you've got that really traditional regal tone, but it ranges down, so you've got your lavender tones and your lighter colour tones as well. Absolutely incredible deal. 2 strands for the price of 1 here, amethyst and green aventurine for just $8.95. That's how we get up and running here on the Miss It Miss Out show. We're going to leave that one with you, and we're going to move on. We're going to give you our first clearance deal of the evening. Where are we going to? Like it. Straight in, no messing about. Producer Liam, he's a little bit hurt. He's a bit hurt that I came down here getting involved in the Designer Inspiration show, and as soon as producer Pip saw me, he went crazy on the prices. Starts giving you clearance prices on the Designer Inspiration show. Now, producers are very, very competitive. I know, because I used to be one. And when they see somebody stepping on their toes, they think, not having that. I'll show them how it's really done. That's exactly what producer Liam's about to do with 100 meters of your chartreuse wire. This is your 0.25 mil. I don't know why I have to say it like that. Chartreuse wire. This is your 0.25 mil. So you can do a lot of your detailing work here, a lot of your binding work. So if you do have a look at Alison's guitar design, which I think's being photographed right now, but she also created this beautiful harp design. You know, if you look closely at these designs, you can see how a lot of the binding work here is going to be done using the thinner gauge wires. So you see that there? How it's all bound to the sort of 1 mil structural work using the finer gauge wires. So you do need to stock up on your finer gauges. This is your 0.25 mil of your chartreuse wire. 100 meters in total. The code is AQJM15. We're getting started with a wire deal, because we know how many of you have been inspired by Alison's incredible designs today. Let's have a look at our current price for this reel. So it's already under £10 for 100 meters of wire. As I say, here at JewelleryMaker, we have incredible buying power, and we're about to take the prices to a new level. All of our price reductions that you're going to see on the Miss It Miss Out show are only available till 9 PM, so take advantage while you can, particularly if you already have a P&P up and running. AQJM15 down to $6.95. Once again, the producer giving you the equivalent of your P&P back in your pocket, so very thanks to Liam. £3 back in your pocket. If you want to take advantage of these deals tonight, if you want to add to that 1 P&P, these are the deals for you. $6.95 is all you're going to pay today for 100 meters of your 0.25 mil chartreuse wire. Congratulations to so many of you flying in on the phone lines. Well done to anonymous buyer there, Cheryl, you're there, a new buyer, Bryony, Margaret, Kiria. I hope I got that right now. a very regular buyer here at Jewellery Maker with a beautiful and exotic name. So if I've pronounced it wrong over the last couple of days, my apologies. I'm going to leave that harp to one side. So many of you taking advantage of this deal. It's a massive saving. And of course, if you already have your P&P up and running, which I know many of you do, this is the time for you to add to that order. Well done to everybody flying in on the phone line. There's also a lot of web bidders there. Don't forget, if you are adding things to your basket, it's imperative that you check out at the time, otherwise you could miss out on the deal. Well done to everybody flying in. AQJM15 down to the miss it, miss out price of just $6.95, and of course at 9 PM that's going to return to the original price of $9.95. So take advantage while you can. We're going to leave that one. We're going to move on. We're going to move on now to your matrix collection of interesting cuts here. So you've got 2 cuts of the same gemstone, and you've got that across 4 different gemstones. So you've actually got your droplets and your fine rondelles on each gemstone. I'm going to show you the gemstones. You have got pink mystic topaz. Wow, very, very high end. This is a gemstone that is being heavily used by high street jewelers, as well as some of the biggest designers on the planet. So these are all different varieties of topaz, in fact. So this is your topaz collection. That's not the best way to show it, is it? Okay. No trouble. We'll have no trouble here. How about this? Is that a bit better? Trying to avoid using my tweezers, basically. So there you go. That's your pink mystic topaz. And I'll just put that down, and I'll show you your blue mystic topaz. This has a real, almost tanzanite-like shade to it. So you've got your blue mystic topaz. And you can see here the mystic topaz has had this treatment which gives it this almost peacock-like feel. Okay, you've got your white topaz as well, and you can see. Now these are amazing. They're actually being used by many jewelers as a substitute for diamonds as accent gemstones. My apologies, I knew that was going to happen as soon as I tried to correct it. There you go. So there you go, you can see your white topaz, and you've also got your Swiss blue topaz as well. Beautiful icy blues, and actually it is a really strong colour tone, although the studio lights aren't really doing it justice. So you've got your droplets in each variety of topaz. You've also got your little rondelles as well. These are faceted rondelles. They're quite small, they're quite dainty. They have been drilled, the rondelles. So here you go. So this is the mystic blue rondelles. You've got your droplet shapes and your faceted rondelles in each variety. You've got your mystic pink, your mystic blue, your white topaz and your Swiss blue topaz, giving you 65 carats in total. I'm going to put the lid back on so I can try and show you everything you're going to get, because you do also get this handy little storage box as well. Perfect way to keep those precious gemstones all together. So there you go, everything you're going to get. Actually, that looks fine. I should have just shown you it like that in the first place. SSYY16. I was concerned I wouldn't be able to show you the size of the gemstones, but actually it looks amazing. You can see exactly what you're going to get there. Let's have a look at our current price on the website. I will say one thing about the information. It does say on the details that they're faceted hearts. I'm not happy with that. They are droplet shapes. I think it's a generic term when they're being classified, but I think you'd be looking for that indentation if they were to be classified as hearts. These are more droplet shapes, just to be clear. The code is SSYY16. They're currently available on our website for $39.95. I have to tell you, 65 carats of topaz for $39.95 is a ridiculous deal. It's amazing value. But today, we're taking them down to $24.95, a huge £15 saving on 65 carats of topaz. Now this gemstone is being used heavily, not just by the high street jewelers, but by some of the biggest design houses in the world. In fact, I would advise you to do your own research. Have a little wander down your high street, have a look at the high street jewelers. You are not going to see any of their pieces featuring 65 carats of topaz. Probably wouldn't even get one for $24.95. Okay, I realise it's going to be set into silver or gold, but when you're looking at 65 carats of a gemstone, this quality, I would describe this as jewellery quality gemstones as well, because of the quality of the faceting, the colour tones you're getting, and of course you've got topaz. It's available right now at the clearance price of $24.95. Congratulations to everybody flying in on the phone line to take advantage of this deal. I'm going to leave that one with you and we're going to move on. 10, sorry. Oh wow. Beautiful strand. It's called multi-beryl, but really what we're looking at here is aquamarine, morganite, goshenite and heliodor. You can see that. Oh wow, look at that. Beautiful morganite. I mean, to be honest, if you just created a beautiful design using that one morganite, such an exclusive gemstone, you're going to make your money back on the whole strand, I would have thought. Now these are quite large. They range in size from 5x3 to 11x5. I love these rondelles because whilst I'm pretty fond of the faceted gemstones, I think when you've got this high polish finish, it does give you a really interesting look in your designs. BEGK81. Sorry, got distracted there because we've got basically a designer convention going on here today. There's so many designers milling about, aren't there? Natalia was being naughty. She was stealing something, or putting something back, I should say. She distracted me. The code is BEGK81. Over 100 carats of multi-beryl here. Basically, aquamarine, beautiful morganite, heliodor, and goshenite. Let's have a look at our current price on the website for a very high-end strand of gemstones, $11.95. Quite predominantly aquamarine on this strand, and of course that is March's birthstone, so you need to be stocking up on your birthstones. And thrown into the bargain, you also get, well, on this strand you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very beautiful morganites as well. Should be $11.95. We are going to lower the price. We're going to give you a miss out price this evening. Only available till 9 PM, so take advantage while you can, especially if you have a P&P up and running. Down to $8.95. Once again, reducing the price by the equivalent of your P&P. Putting that back in your pocket and giving you a risk-free shopping experience here at JewelleryMaker. BEGK81, available right now at $8.95. These are flying out the door, proving to be very, very popular. The code you need is BEGK81. These are your beautiful plain rondelles of beryl, and they're available at the clearance price of $8.95. Take advantage while you can. We're going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Okay, so is this a completely different variety of amazonite? One that we would never normally see, because when we think of amazonite, we're used to seeing that fresh pastel shade of green. We have got that on the strand, but we've also got a beautiful variation of colour tones. So you have got that traditional pastel shade of green, but as you move up the strand, really interesting. I mean, look at that, that's like a storm cloud grey. What was the storm like earlier today?
I missed it.
Here in Greenwich we had a huge storm. It was incredible. Literally, huge rumble of thunder. 2 seconds later, it was literally pouring with rain. And you know, when you see those sort of storm clouds rolling across the sky, you get that dramatic feeling, don't you? That's exactly what you can recreate using this gemstone. But also, you've got your mustard tones here, bringing a little, well, actually, you've got some daffodil yellows in that one, haven't you? So this is a really perfect strand for your spring collections, I would say. 170 carats in total here, and again, a lot of the work's done. This is a graduated strand, so they vary in size down from 6mm to 14mm. You can literally just restrand this. KLGP21. This is your current price for this strand on the website. I have to warn you, we are very limited in availability. We're gonna go low, and we're gonna take a bit of a hit on this one. because we are tasked here on the Miss It Miss Out show with clearing out the last of stock, and we've taken it down to $5.95. Once again, let me assure you, here at Jewellery Maker, we are not trying to devalue gemstones. We're trying to give you the best deals on the market, and that is exactly what we're doing. $5.95 is all you're going to pay for 170 carats of Amazonite. How many of these did we start with, Producer Liv? And how many have we got right now? Oh, okay, so we've only started with single figures of availability. It looks like it's going to be a sellout, so congratulations to Emily, Joe, Eileen, Hazel, a new buyer, you're there as well. It looks like this is going to be a sellout, so congratulations to everybody on the phone line. Well done to Sharon and Kathleen as well. The code is KLGP21. I'm going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. Yeah, let's have a look at the traditional variety of Amazonite, because we've just been discussing this gorgeous pastel shade that we'd expect to see, and actually how well would these work together, because you've got that variation then. Nice little comparison within your design. Love that. So when I was showing you this strand, I was saying that these colour tones were the traditional colour that we'd expect to see from Amazonite, but obviously this is your multi-tonal variety. I'm just going to put that back out, and we're going to offer you these beautiful Amazonite. So this is more of that traditional tone we're looking at, 100 carats here, and these have a sort of matte finish, but actually I'm not really in agreement with that, if I'm honest with you, because I know what they're saying, because you've got this sort of banding on the surface of the gemstone which makes it look almost matte, but actually they do have a very high polished finish. This is an extremely high-end strand of Amazonite coming from our Gems of Distinction range, in fact the highest quality of Amazonite we can source. Now these are top drill drops, so very easy to create matching sets of jewellery, earrings, and of course matching pendant sets, for example. They range in size from 11 by 7 to 18 by 11. The code you need is FRRU34. 100 carats in total, and here comes your price for the last in stock. $7.95. Ridiculous value for what you're getting here. As I say, this is the highest quality of Amazonite we can possibly source for you here at Jewellery Maker, and that is saying something, because we have amazing buying power these days. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, one of the biggest precious gemstone buyers in the world. We've gone global. Linda in North Carolina has joined us, so howdy to you. And Deborah, you're also there. Jacqueline, Margaret, Sharon, new buyers. New buyers, wow, what a first purchase this would be. Okay, let me prepare everybody. Producer Liam has said he's going to match a previous clearance price on this strand. He wants to see them gone. Graphical error, I told you, this could really irritate my producer, because now he's got to give you an extra £1 in your pocket. I think people can see the price online, because so many people just flew in on the phone lines. Whoa! Under £5 now for 100 carats of Amazonite. That really is representing incredible value. And I know people tell me off for using that word, but there's no other word but to describe that as incredible. $4.95 for 100 carats of Amazonite. If you're not getting involved on this deal, why not? FRRU34, beautiful Amazonite. You got 100 carats here for £5. Lots of multi-buyers now, and I'm not surprised. Well done to Jennifer, you've got 2 strands of this. Mary, you've got 2 strands of this. A new buyer, you've got 2 strands of this. But there are so many people flying in the phone as well. Done to Carol, Wendy, Anne-Marie, Emily, Julie, Eileen, Sandra, Kathleen, Jackie, Angela. It's going to be a sellout at that price. We're going to leave that one there. In fact, we've got more people on the phone lines than we have strands now. I'm going to have to leave that one with you. My apologies. It's a miss it, miss out deal. It wasn't even meant to go that low. So that's a really impressive deal. That's what we do here at Jewellery Maker. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and we give you the best value on the market for genuine gemstones. Where are we moving on to? So we're getting exciting today, isn't it? Alison's here, but actually, do you know what? If you're interested in developing your skills and adding a new string to your bow, maybe you'd like to come along to one of our workshops. Today, our resident gemologist, one of our buying team, Hannah Oxbury, has been running a workshop on the acrylic. Is that correct? Perspex, sorry, not acrylic. Get in trouble for that now. Perspex, and basically there's just a room full of designers. Debbie's in there, Natalia's in there, Hannah's in there, Alison's finished the show, gone straight in there. It's a bit of a designer convention, and here am I on my own. It works out better actually, because I can give you more and more miss it, miss out deals. Here we're looking at midnight blue cultured baroque pearls. They're all in there having a natter. I'm in here giving you clearance prices. The code you need for gorgeous cultured pearls is HBGP70. The reason I love this particular strand is the irregular shapes make them feel really organic and obviously totally recognisable as cultured pearls, but they're absolutely huge. They range from 11 by 10 to 16 by 11. The code you need is HBGP70, only limited stock available, I'm afraid. Let's have a look at the price this evening, $7.95. That is ridiculous, isn't it? I actually have been doing some research into, you know, elsewhere where you can possibly source other cultured pearls from and the prices you can pay. I can't find anybody that can compete with us. Maybe you can, but if you can, then good luck to you, because $7.95 for a strand of cultured pearls like this is ridiculous. I very rarely see these really contemporary colour tones either. So that's the beauty of working with pearls, isn't it? Everybody's aware of this natural mineral, and it works in so many designs, whether it be a classic vintage look or a really contemporary design. Congratulations to everybody flying in on the phone. So it looks like this could be a sellout this evening. Well done to Mary, you've got 2 strands of pearls coming your way. Well done to Andrea, Hazel, Wendy, Abigail, Amy, Anda, Joe. Hey Jude, you're back. HBGP70 Midnight Blue Cultured Baroque Pearls, available right now for $7.95. If you want to get involved with this, we are now approaching very limited availability, only single figures left in stock. So we're going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Ooh, beautiful pyrite. Now, we just had a look at the rose gold variety. This is your classic pyrite, but this has a really high polish sheen to it. This would work perfectly as a substitute for your precious metals. So if you don't want to include gold in your designs, because obviously it would drive the price up too much, this pyrite could be the perfect substitute, and a lot of weightiness to it as well. These are 6mm faceted rounds, 150 carats in total. The code is BFGP92. Let's have a look at our current price on the website. $8.45. And that is not going to be your price this evening. That already represents the best value on the market, but we are going to be taking these even lower. I hope you're dialing that free phone number already. I hope you are getting involved, because if you already have a P&P up and running, you can just be adding these clearance deals to your order. Should be $8.45. We're down to $6.45. Putting money back in your pocket this evening. BFGP92. Don't forget, here on the Miss It Miss Out show, very limited stock availability on most items. So I think we've pretty much sold out everything we've seen so far. So if you want to get involved, dial that free phone number the second the code hits the screen. You can always put the phone down if you're not happy with the price, but when you look at our prices, I doubt you're going to be disappointed. BFGP92, 150 carats of pyrite, available right now for $6.45. Take advantage while you can. I'm going to have to leave that one with you. I don't know how this happened. It's star buy time. I love this next star buy. I am actually really impressed, producer Liam. I always am, but I love this combination. It works perfectly. Now let me explain what a star buy is. Maybe you're tuning in for the first time today. It's our opportunity every half an hour on the show to give you an extra special deal, basically. Maybe we'll be launching a premiere strand, which we will be doing later in the show. I've got a brand new strand of emerald to bring to you, and a brand new strand of green Kunzite. Or we will be giving you a huge clearance deal, or we'll be bundling a collection of items together and giving you a huge saving. Now that's exactly what we've done here. This is your nautical bundle. Nautical, but nice. Executive Director Bruce, Maximum Bruce, came up with the name for this bundle, I'm being told. So look at this. Let's start with these beautiful slabs. And that is actually an appropriate name for what you've got here. Beautiful slabs of blue opal. You've got that baby blue tone, that pale shade, those lavender tones. And you've got 125 carats of blue opal here. These are graduated in size from 13 by 6 to 33 by 7, so some real feature size of opal here. And I think, you know, I was talking at the start of the show about people having a personal association with gemstones. I think opal's one of those gemstones which most people are aware of. They have some sort of association with it. Maybe your grandmother used to have an opal ring, something like that. And don't forget, in fact, coming up tomorrow on the Designer Inspiration Show, Carol's first show back, she has an incredible strand of opal to bring to you, but it's very limited in availability. So if opal's something you love, tune in to the Designer Inspiration Show tomorrow. But right now, we're going to give you a deal on blue opal, but that's not all you get. Let's bring some more nautical items into the fold here, because we now have beautiful aquamarine. Clues in the title here, aquamarine. And aqua, French for water. So we're looking here at 70 carats of rough cut aquamarine nuggets. They range in size from 10 by 4 to 18 by 6. So again, you've got real huge feature pieces, but you've gone from these high polished finish of the opal to these completely organic feeling nuggets in your aquamarine. I love the colour tones together, but this could just be used as a stash builder, couldn't it? Because these are the kind of colour tones you just need to have all the time. They're essential strands. Aquamarine, once again, we're offering you the opportunity to add March's birthstone to your collection, but this time in a real organic feel. These are your rough cut nuggets. And as if that wasn't enough, from the sea, beautiful cultured pearls. Now, when you get hold of this bundle, the world's your oyster. I am such a card. Here you've got your beautiful pink cultured pearls, very feminine. And actually, do you know what? If you're planning on creating a piece of jewellery for a new mum, this could be perfect, couldn't it? Because you've got your baby blues and your pastel pink shades here. A lot of pearls on this strand. It's been double stranded, so you've got them on both sides of the strand here. It's very large, in fact. Have a look at these. How many pearls you've got? Now these range in size from 9 by 6 mil to 10 by 6 mil. Hardly worth mentioning. They're basically uniformed in size, but there are slight variations of maybe up to a millimetre. They have got this elongated feel to them, and this is a terrible description actually, but I'm going to use it anyway. They're sort of acorn shaped or peanut shaped. Do you know what I mean? They have this elongation to them. Tapered towards one end, if you like. So actually I think these would work really well in a number of different designs. They look incredible in tiaras, in fact, because of that shape and that feminine shade. So you've got a lot of pearls on this strand. Too many to count right now, it'll be here all day. In fact, we have got a little bit of designer inspiration for you on the Miss It Miss Out show. Let's have a look at how these gemstones have been used. Somebody already utilising the graduation on the strand of opal here. You can see, not entirely sure, I think these designs were put together by Susan, in fact. She's one of our resident jewellery makers. And see here how she's used the graduation on the opal and use the pearls as little spacer beads. So a mixture of your pastel pinks and your baby blues together there, it just works, doesn't it? That would be perfect for a new mum. You know, they say traditionally you should buy a new mum a piece of jewellery or make her a piece of jewellery. That would be incredible. So whether you've had a girl or a boy, fits both bills. And here, you can see here, quite interesting actually, because the little swirls of the wire are very similar to the kind of thing Alison might use in her designs actually, aren't they? But you can see here how they've been integrated into more of a traditional jewellery design, and actually they're framing the aquamarine rough nuggets, aren't they? Making a feature of the nuggets but highlighting it by using the wire, and actually see there's a little bit of hammer work gone on there to flatten the wire, gives it more texture, makes it easier to shape as well. So, and also something very interesting, using the wire. So if you did get hold of that threading material bundle at 4 p.m. in the Design Inspiration Hour, that's another way you could utilise that. So the code here is BTGC48. I'll show you once again everything you're going to get. If you were to buy all of these strands separately on our website, it would cost you nearly £30, around about 27 something. £27 or thereabouts. But that's not the price we're going to charge you today for these 3 gorgeous gemstones, nautical but nice, featuring your opal slabs, your aquamarine rough cut nuggets, and this huge strand of pink pearls, all for £14.95. It's virtually a half price deal. Pretty much. Would normally be £27. Right now you can actually order for £14.95. People are flying in on the phone lines. You can see why. Very, very popular gemstones. Very, very popular cuts. I was impressed when I saw the combination of gemstones, and it looks like you were too. Well done to everybody flying in on the phone lines. Well done to Wendy, Angela, Diane, Claudia, Iris, Patricia, Deborah, Jacqueline, Bryony. Bryony, I've seen you coming in a few times today. That's the way to shop with us here at JewelleryMaker. Make the most of that 1 P&P per day. You're only ever going to pay £2.95. The code is BTGC48. Do you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Producer Liam. When I looked at this bundle, it reminded me of the kind of bundles I used to approve for Laura Andriola. Now, she herself is a jewellery maker. She works here. She used to be a producer, and she's now one of the management team. And yeah, this is a perfect combination of gemstones, I would say, and a huge saving as well. Should be £27, but today you can add it to your order for just £14.95. There are lots of people flying in on the phone line, so well done to everybody who's got involved. This is literally an add it to your order price for what you're getting here. I don't think you'd get any of these strands for under £5 on the website, so you're making a huge saving. BTGC48, your nautical but nice, and it's available right now for £14.95. I only have limited numbers available now. In fact, I'm down to single figures, so if you want to get involved, dial that free phone number right now, or click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. I'm going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. And where are we moving on to? An absolute steal of a deal now. Now, I know for a fact that Natalia Coleman's not going to be able to take advantage of this deal because she was just in there a second ago, so she's not going to have her phone in hand. So this is one for all the rest of you silver clay artists out there. We're looking here, so it says 3 gram bonus pack. So normally it'd be 20 grams, but they've thrown an extra 3 grams in here, so you've got 23 grams in fact. Is that right? Because the description still says 20 grams, but there's a sticker on the actual packet saying it's a bonus pack with an extra 3 grams. So I hope that's correct. It looks like it will be, because the says on the packet you're getting an additional 3 grams here, so it's a real steal of a deal. The code you need is MLAC09, and as if the 3 gram addition wasn't enough of a deal, we're going to give you a huge saving. Let's have a look at the original price for your 20 grams of silver art clay. Now this is your slow dry art clay, so it gives you a little bit longer to fashion the silver into the exact shape you want, a little bit more time to work with it before it starts drying. And And this is really interesting. If you've never seen this before, if you've never heard of it, it's actually, in its current state, in its natural state, it's like modelling clay, basically. So you can create exactly the design you want. Once you've fired it, it comes out of the oven 99.9% pure silver. So even more purity than you get from your sterling silver, which is of course 92.5% pure silver. This is 99.9%. Now, I'll be honest with you. It's one of those disciplines that I can see why people might be a little bit sort of intimidated by. It's quite, it's a little bit more expensive to get involved in that, but of course it's the upper end of your jewellery making designs. And to be honest, if producer Liam can do it, anyone can. MLAC09, 20 grams of your silver art clay. Should be getting 20 grams, you're actually getting 23 grams, should be paying $49.95, but that's not the price you're going to pay this evening. We're going to take this down to a miss it, miss out price. It will only be available at this price until 9 p.m. We've taken it down now to $34.95. This is the second time in the opening hour of the show we've given you a £15 saving. Start as you mean to go on, that's what I say. MLAC09, your new and improved formula for your silver art clay. You've got 23 grams here for $34.95. People flying in on the phone lines. I realise this is a little bit more of a niche product, but as I say, we are determined here on the Miss It Miss Out show to find a Miss It Miss Out deal for each and every person. So there's going to be some people out there which predominantly work with their silver art clay. Right now, this is the deal for you. So well done to Dawn, Diane, Johanna, Candice, Catherine, lots of new buyers, maybe people who took this up over Christmas, for example. Maybe you just got hold of your silver art clay kit and you've ran out of the original pack. Stock up while you can, because you're getting 23 grams here for $34.95. Usually you get 20 grams for $49.95. So this is a really impressive deal. The code you need is MLAC09. Well done to everybody on the phone lines. We're going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on and try and fit in as many deals as we can tonight. We're determined to find a deal for everyone. It's been so busy all day, particularly between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m.
Why is that it?
I think it was mainly due to, no, it was all down to Alison's incredible designs, I'll be honest for once. Now, right now, we're looking at a very, very high-end gemstone, part of our Gems of Distinction range. As I say, if you don't know what that means, it means the best quality of gemstones we can source. 65 carats in total, and this is white topaz, a gemstone that's being used by some of the biggest designers in the world as a substitute for diamonds. So a lot of designers now featuring topaz, white topaz in particular, as the accent gemstone within their designs. I think the reason why, and I could be wrong, but I think the reason why is that when you're working with diamonds that are quite small, I mean these aren't small, but when you are working with accent sized diamonds, they're often heavily included. Whereas you can get white topaz that has this beautiful clarity. And that's exactly what you get here. Now, if you did invest in your bead loom last week, rather interestingly, I did learn from Sarah, our expert, that it's quite easy to integrate the briolette cuts or the faceted drops into your designs to create those plunging necklines, if you like. Really look gorgeous on the décolletage. 65 carats of white topaz here. The drops themselves graduate in size from 8x4 to 13x7 in size. The code is CWRU50. And let's have a look at our price for the last in stock of this Gems of Distinction strand. Wow, $11.95. $11.95. Now, next door, our sister channel, Gems TV, sort of the flagship channel of the Genuine Gemstone Company, they will have whole hours dedicated to showcasing topaz jewellery, and I guarantee you none of their pieces are going to feature 65 carats and none of them are going to go down to $11.95. Now, I appreciate they've got a different finish, they've been set into silver or even gold, but this goes to show you how popular this gemstone is on the open market. This goes to show you that people are willing to spend huge sums of money to get topaz into their collections. Right now, you can add 65 carats of white topaz to your collection for just $11.95. We are going to move on though, as I say, we're going to try and find something for everyone tonight. And we're moving on now to your labradorite charms. Now, I think could be wrong. I think I might have launched these. You're going to tell me I'm wrong now. I've done them before though, haven't I? So these are your gold-plated sterling silver labradorite charms. So again, all the work's done for you. I know how popular charm bracelets are right now. The labradorite in this is amazing. Exquisite quality. And you can see the way the facets are enhancing the labradorite. They're almost dictating the way the labrador essence is moving across the surface of the gemstone. And it's this optical effect that makes the gemstone so popular. And how do I know it's popular? Because it was voted your favourite gemstone of 2012 and 2013. You can see that gorgeous labrador essence, those lime greens, those electric blues. You can't see it in the same way I can because the studio lights aren't doing it justice. When you get it home, you're going to be able to see the quality of this labradorite instantly. Now you also have gold-plated sterling silver, lobster claw clasp and detailed heart here as well. That is in fact a heart. So these would be perfect for your Valentine's designs, wouldn't they? These are droplet charms. You do actually get 3 in total, so you don't just get the one. I'll show you all together. Wow. Every time I look at our labradorite, I'm mesmerised by the quality. So you do get 3 in total. The code is SADL93. They've been very, very popular. We only have a limited number available now. And let's have a look at our current price. So they're currently available on our website for just $10.95. And we're about to take them even lower. We're going to give you a clearance price this evening here on the Miss It Miss Out show. We're not going to mess around. We are going to clear out the last of stock. That's what we're tasked with. That's our job on the Miss It Miss Out show. We're not here to give you designer inspiration. We're here to give you clearance deals on the last of stock opportunities, and that's what we're going to do. Down to $7.95. Once again, oh hello, getting overexcited. Once again, producer Liam giving you the equivalent of your P&P back in your pocket and giving you a clearance deal on your labradorite charms. The code is SADL93. And you do get 3 of these, and they are available right now. We are approaching limited availability though, I'm afraid. So well done to Carol, new buyers, Leslie, Jacqueline, Mary, Catherine. These charms have never previously been reduced in price. They were launched only about a month ago at $10.95, but right now we are approaching limited availability. This is the last of stock, so we've given you a clearance price, $7.95. If you already have a P&P up and running, take advantage right now. Take advantage of the clearance price, get them home, see them for yourself. You are not going to be disappointed when you see the quality of the labradorite. The fact that it's been set into gold-plated sterling silver shows the quality of the gemstones. You get 3 in total for $7.95. Where else could you buy charms for what, just over £2.50 a pop? Pretty ridiculous. I can tell you, I went into the high street shop that sells charms over the Christmas period, and I bought one charm for £90. That's the one she wanted. SADL937.95 is all you're going to pay tonight for your faceted labradorite charms. Ridiculous deal, really. We're going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Yes, just eyeing that up, in fact, producer Liam. I'm glad you suggested that one. Now, in the last hour of the show, I brought to you some lavender amethyst, and I was saying how some people's skin tone won't suit the traditional colour tone because it's so deep and regal. But many of you will be aware of amethyst, and you'll be expecting to see this colour tone. This is your traditional regal tone of amethyst, that beautiful deep purple. 230 carats of amethyst. These are your plain rounds. They're 10mm in size, so very easy to work with. You do get ever so slight variations. I mean, right there, you've got what I would describe as a lavender amethyst. That's the beauty of working with genuine gemstones. No 2 strands are going to be the same because you've got all that character from Mother Nature's handiwork. The code you need is AERU75. Let's have a look at our original price for this strand of amethyst. Wow, this was launched under £10. Absolutely amazing. This is February's birthstone. The gemstone of Valentine's, synonymous with romance. This is one of the most classic varieties you're going to find here at JewelleryMaker. Very, very beautiful. Currently available on our website for £9.95, but as I say, we are going to try and find a miss out deal for each and every one of you. We're going to reduce the price. It's only available at this price until 9 p.m. this evening. Slight graphical error, you know what that means. We're going to give you another £1 off the price. We're going to give you the best deals on the market for genuine gemstones. 230 carats of amethyst right now, available for £6.95. My producer's not happy with that. He was intending to take it to £7.95, but little gremlin in the system, and we've given you another £1 back in your pocket. Get on that free phone number, or of course click to buy now on jewellerymaker.com. However, quick warning to everybody out there, if you are watching online and you click to add something to your basket, that doesn't actually secure you the item. You do have to check out in order to guarantee that this is coming to you, and I'd hate for anybody to miss out because they didn't check out. So if you are getting involved on the website, make sure you check out all of your orders. Well done to Katie, Deborah, Maxine, Linda, Wendy, Margaret, new buyers, Kathleen. Oh, another Wendy. Lots of people taking advantage of this deal. If you want to make this yours, dial right now or click to buy now. AERU75 at the clearance price of £6.95. I'm going to leave that one there. I'm going to move on. Ooh. And this time, moving on to what I would describe as an essential item. Now, you get 10 in total, and these are your gold-plated sterling silver bolt ring clasps. The classic way to give your jewellery designs that high-end finish. This is the kind of finish your customers are looking for. Now, as I say, you do get 10 in total. These are 10mm in size. This is gold-plated sterling silver. They're the bolt ring clasps, so very easy to attach and give yourself a really solid finish to any of your designs. The code is VTGP66. You've got to stock up on your essential findings when we bring them to you with a reduction, haven't you? Because you're always going to need your clasps. They're an essential item for securing your jewellery designs, whether it be a bracelet or a necklace. Let's have a look at the current web price for 10 gold-plated bolt ring clasps. Wow, £6.95. We're talking about high-end on top of high-end here. Gold-plated sterling silver. We're already bringing them to you at £6.95. And we're going to be taking pounds off the price. Let's have a look. We're down to £5.95. We're down to £4.95. We have now matched this morning's clearance price, and we're down at under £5 for an essential item. 10 bolt ring clasps. These are 10mm in size, and you can add them to your order for £4.95. As I say, we're going to try and find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you. The code is VTGP66. Oh my word, I'll tell you what, producer Liam's crashing around in there because he's had to honour a clearance price from this morning. I'll tell you, if Dion was here, she'd be getting the same treatment as Pip was getting at 4:30. VTGP66, a clearance deal on an essential item. 10 of your gold-plated sterling silver bolt ring clasps for less than £5. Where else are you going to get a deal like that other than JewelleryMaker? I was going to say the Miss It Miss Out show, but people were like, well, the morning show. VTGP66, it's available right now for £4.95. Well done to everybody coming in on the phone lines, and congratulations, that is an incredible deal. We're moving on though. Ooh, brown striped agate. Now this has the same appeal to me as your Botswana agate. Rich, earthy tones. You've got your chocolate browns. It almost has a fossil-like feel to it for me. And, well, you agree with that then, Dan? Dan, our camera's went, yeah. Mm.
Like a squashed planet.
Yeah, it does actually. They have a very galactic, almost like a planet-like feel to them. And look at the banding on the surface of the gemstone, those stripes, which allow each and every gemstone to look completely bespoke, completely unique, and that allows you to create unique jewellery designs. I love the colour tones, absolutely beautiful. 400 carats in total. This is your brown stripe agate. These are your puffy coins. They're 20mm in size. The code you need is NIGP04. I have to warn you, these have been extremely popular. I only have a limited number available, so start dialing that free phone number right now. Here comes your price for 400 carats of brown stripe agate. $6.95. 400 carats. These are large enough to be used as pendants, in my opinion, as they're 20mm in size. Or the feature of an asymmetrical design, perhaps have these on one side. NIGP04, 400 carats of an extremely popular strand here at JewelleryMaker for $6.95. Grab it while you can. Well done to everybody coming in on the phone lines. Kathleen, you're there. Karen, Deborah, Margaret, new buyer, Amy, Abigail, RM, I imagine that's your initials. Well done to everybody coming through, because this is an incredible deal. Under £10 for 400 carats of brown stripe agate. In fact, $6.95. I love the banding. I, in particular, fall in love with this one. I know everybody's going to have their own choice, but look at this. You can imagine a wirework ring created using that. I would use gold wire or gold coloured wire with these beautiful chocolate brown agates. It's available while stocks last for just $6.95. We're going to leave that one there. If you are on the phone lines, stay where you are. If you are putting it into your basket online, make sure you check out to ensure you have been successful. We're going to move on though. Moving on now to beautiful clear quartz. This is really interesting. It almost reminds me of almost like a ladybird inspired design. What we've actually done is we've given these a frosted finish. It's actually a sandblasting technique, so it gives it this frosted finish, but then we have carved detailing into the surface of the gemstone. And actually, when they move in the light, you can see the way they glisten, and they're going to add so much glamour to your designs. They're very large, aren't they? They're ranging from 17 by 12 to 20 by 15, so they're going to make a feature of your designs. They're very gem heavy. You have in fact got over 350 carats on this strand. So it's described as clear and frosted quartz because you've got that frosted finish, and then you've got these carvings which allow you to see the original finish of the gemstone. The code you need is JEGP35. I know how popular these are going to be because we only have a limited number available. They've only featured a couple of times on the show, and we're already down to very limited availability. In fact, I've got less than 20. So if you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now. Here comes your price for 380 carats of clear frosted quartz. Huge nuggets. I'm not going to adhere to that name, medium nuggets. They're massive. $8.95 is all you're going to pay. Absolutely flying out the door. I am down to very, very limited availability now. In fact, I've only got single figures of availability left in stock. The code is JEGP35 for the last in stock. It's available at $8.95. I'm going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. And actually, it's star buy time. Welcome back to JewelleryMaker. It is of course time for the second star buy of the evening. Now, every half an hour we're going to bring you a star buy opportunity. It's our chance to either launch a brand new strand, like we're going to do with our emerald at 8 PM, or to give you an incredible bundle. So this is going to be a clearance opportunity for your perfect purples. Now, if you have been investing heavily in amethyst over the last few weeks, because you've got Valentine's Day, because it's February's birthstone, this could be the two perfect accompanying gemstone strands. You've got here your purple stripe agate, and these are huge droplet shapes. They are 16 by 10 mil in size, giving you over 200 carats in total. And you've also got this amazing purple coated pyrite. Now this was launched last night. There are a few left in stock, so we've... Oh, is this a different strand of purple coated pyrite? Ah, okay, so this was launched a couple of days ago, my apologies. We were able to bring you the 3D droplets, if you like, last night. These are your flat droplets of purple coated pyrite, faceted to perfection. They range in size from 7 to 10 mil. They've actually, once again, been classified as hearts. They're not hearts, they're droplet shapes, just to be clear. But they're quite broad at the end, so I can see where it comes from, but without that indentation. Let's give you more of a clear description. Sorry, these are our drops. They're faceted and they range in size from 7 to 10 mil. You also, as part of this bundle, get your purple coloured cord. So this is your wax cord, 1 mil in diameter, and you get 10 meters in total. So yes, I can see it's a very purple bundle, isn't it? Because you've got your purple stripe agate, you have got your purple coated pyrite, and you've got your wax cord. You can see here how you could use all of these items together to create what I would describe as not just a really wearable piece of jewellery, but very sellable, in fact. It's a braiding technique using the cord, and then a little cluster of the striped agate and the purple pyrite to create what I would describe as kind of a floral motif. You don't have to see it that way, but you can see where I'm coming from. I think it does have quite a floral-like feel to it. These almost look like petals, don't they? But you don't have to have it very uniformed. You can do whatever you wish when you're working with these gemstones. But it does go to show you how it all works together. Rosanna has put this together for us. Beautifully braided cord. And actually, I like the way she's used one of these really beautiful striped agate as a little feature on the fastening of the bracelet. And we also have a sort of a matching bracelet, or maybe it's from a completely different collection. Once again, utilising the purple cord, making a feature of the purple coated pyrite, and then a little flourish of wire to finish off as well. So just goes to show you don't have to go too far with your gemstones. They speak for themselves, because you've just got one gemstone there on a piece of cord, perfectly wearable necklace there. The code you need for your perfect purple bundle is GP GC21. All of these strands of gemstones, and of course all of the braiding techniques, are extremely popular here, so I imagine people are going to be flying in for this bundle, particularly when you see our clearance price. The code is GP GC21, and our star buy price this evening is $9.95. Now I think the pyrite itself was launched at around about $9.95. So right now you're able to add the striped agate and the cord to your order for the price you'd normally pay for the purple pyrite. The code is GPGC21. If you want to take advantage of this, then act now to avoid disappointment. My apologies, sorry, I was thinking about last night again. This particular strand of pyrite was actually launched at $8.95. So it's like getting your purple striped agate and your cord for £1. 10 meters of purple cord and your purple striped agate available for £1 when you purchase this purple coated pyrite. A gorgeous look, and there are so many people taking advantage of this deal. Well done to Emily, Carol, Vivian, Jacqueline, Brenda, Hilary. A few anonymous buyers up north there. Well done to Eileen, well done to Richard, well done to Donna, well done to Verilyn. That is a beautiful name, don't think I've ever heard that name before. And an absolute plethora of new buyers as well. Do you know what? If you have just started jewellery making, really interesting. If you invest in some cord, the braiding techniques I think are very popular with a lot of beginners, in fact. The code you need is GPGC21. You're going to make a huge saving on your purple gemstones and purple cord here. So this is your perfect purples, available at under £10. GPGC21. I'm going to leave that one with you. That has been our 6 p.m. star buy. We're going to get to a quick break. When we return, yet more miss it, miss out deals. Don't go away.
Amethyst is a gem which you can get in so many different colours, so many different shades, so many different clarities, and at JewelleryMaker we're lucky enough to have pretty much every single imaginable example of amethyst, whether it's natural Coloma Mine Zambian amethyst or whether it's going to be really highly prized lavender amethyst. And it's a gemstone which people have heard of. It's a household name. It's a gemstone with so much heritage, and it's worn by people of all ages, from all classes of society, and it's a fantastic gem to own.
Join JewelleryMaker and guest designer Mark Smith for our long-awaited macrame workshop. Get to know the essential techniques and knotting formations to create these vastly popular designs. Learn square stitch, twist stitch, slip knot and much more. The full course includes a range of different threading materials, a selection of gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
Take a generous piece of your beading wire and thread 5 gemstones on. Take one end of your beading wire and thread through the first gemstone and pull tightly, making a circle. Take one end of the beading wire and thread another gemstone on. Then take the gemstone and thread across the middle, exiting out through the opposite gemstone. Thread through the next gemstone so that both ends of the thread are facing the same way up. This will enable you to then carry on threading on both sides of your necklace.
If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Join guest designer and polymer clay expert Debbie Bulford for our Extruder DVD. Debbie will guide you through a variety of techniques, including how to create geometric patterns, the soutache and lace look, and much more. To get your hands on a copy, simply contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Welcome back to the Miss It Miss Out show here on JewelleryMaker. So exciting today. It's literally been non-stop. We are so busy. We've had a really entertaining morning show because we had 2 different presenters. We've also had incredible design inspiration from Alison Howe, one of our most popular wirework experts here at JewelleryMaker, and she created an amazing guitar. I don't know if people saw it, but if you didn't, make sure you tune in. It will be re-shown, right, at 9 p.m? I believe so, yeah. So if you tune in straight after the Miss It Miss Out show, you'll get to see how Alison created the amazing wirework guitar. It is fantastic. It's being photographed at the moment, but I'll show you it later in the show. On top of that, coming up at 8 p.m. tonight, we have got a premiere launch as a star by one of the big four. Beautiful variety of emerald, one of my favourite gemstones. Real depth of colour here. And it's actually been enhanced by the facets, hasn't it? Because you've got that really deep British racing green tone here, combined with those facets, you've got that beautiful lustre, that sparkle, that glamour. It looks amazing. Because the gemstones are really, really large here, aren't they? I mean, look at the largest one here. It's going to make a gorgeous emerald ring, that one. Although actually that could really be the focal point of a necklace design as well, couldn't it? So that is a premiere strand of emerald coming up at 8 p.m. Coming up at 10 to 5 to 9 this evening as our superstar buy, a gemstone. Do you know what? I'm thinking about it. I've been selling jewellery for about 6 years with the Genuine Gemstone Company. I don't think I've ever sold green Kunzite before. I'm sure someone will correct me. They'll be like, yeah, you did on this date. Here's the YouTube link. But I just can't remember ever bringing green Kunzite, even over on Gems TV. I think I only ever brought you yellow Kunzite and pink Kunzite. So to bring you green Kunzite is a real privilege for me. Very elusive variety of the gemstone, and here you've got these organic cuts. This is going to fly out the door at 5 to 9 this evening. I have to warn you, I've got just 100 strands available. It sounds like a lot when I say it, but you can imagine how many thousands of people are watching. Beautiful green Kunzite coming up at 5 to 9 as our superstar buy. Every 20 minutes or half an hour or so, we're going to have another star buy opportunity. We're not going to neglect those just because we've got a couple of impressive premiere strands. We're still going to be bringing you, for example, a 10-strand Super Saver. Those have grown in popularity in 2014. Every show I seem to have a 10-strand Super Saver. They literally fly out the door. So if you want to get involved with that, it's going to represent the best value of the evening on Genuine Gemstones. But without further ado, it's time for Luxury for Less, and I'm being told, get on with it. Find a deal for everyone. Where are we moving on to? Rainbow Moonstone. And it is a very impressive example. Let's have a look. I'll just pick one and shield it from the studio light so I can show you the gorgeous adulorescence. Look at that. That beautiful shiller. And actually you're getting a little spectrum of colour tones there. Almost a rainbow. In fact, that is a little rainbow, isn't it? There you go. You've got your blues, your greens, your golden tones, and a little slither of apricot or orange in there as well. 40 carats in total on this strand. Look at that, that really is a rainbow there. Sorry to get so excited, I just love genuine gemstones. Now these nuggets range in size from 6x3 to 14x7. 40 carats in total. And we're going to give you a price reduction this evening. The code is DFJN38, and it's these gemstones that have this optical effect that allow you to spark other people's interest in gemstones. And gemology is one of those areas of interest for people where once they start learning, they just want to learn more and more. They start soaking it up like a sponge. This, for example, is a gemstone that has a very deep, rich history attached to it. Originally set into jewellery by the ancient Romans in 100 AD. Even back then, this visual and optical effect was considered a prestigious gemstone and set into jewellery. And here we can offer you the opportunity to add this to your collection. Look at this, actually. You can see little rainbows inside each and every gemstone, even when I'm not shielding it from the studio lights. That goes to show you the quality of this strand. Currently available on our website at the price of $19.95, which, as I say, already represents the best value on the market. Now, When I say that, I don't mean you can't find rainbow moonstone for a lower price. Maybe you can, but will it be of this quality? Will you get 40 carats? Will it even be what people say it is? DFJN38 should be $19.95, but right now you can make a £5 saving. It's down to $14.95. These are medium nuggets. As I say, they range in size from 6x3 to 14x7. Okay. I was a little bit perturbed then. This is some of the finest quality of rainbow moonstone I've ever brought to you. I mean, it's very, very rare that I can show you literally a whole rainbow of adularescence in every single gemstones. Should we do something silly? Just because this just doesn't seem right. I have got one person on the phone line adding this to their order. Now, Sharon, you're clearly a gemstone aficionado. You're clearly a true collector. You can see exactly what you're getting here. Beautiful nuggets. We're chipping that price. We want to see people coming through for one of the highest quality strands of rainbow moonstone we have here at JewelleryMaker. You've got to be adding this to your order. It's now down to $13.95, and don't panic, Sharon. You are going to pay the same final low price as everyone else. We're now down to $12.95. Absolutely beautiful. Now we've got lots of buyers coming through on the phone line. Well done to new buyers there. Abigail, Amy, Mary, you're there. Margaret as well. You're adding this to your order. $12.95 now, the lowest ever price. I mean, look at that. DFJN38, one of the highest quality strands of rainbow moonstone we've ever had here. True luxury for less. It's available right now for $12.95. Well done to everyone coming through on the phone lines now. That is a bit of a steal of a deal, so well done. We're going to move on though. Liam's really upset that he had to take another £2 off. Do you know what? Let me assure you, we're not trying to devalue gemstones. He's feeling the pain. But we are here to give you the best value on the market. We're going to try and find a deal for each and every one of you. Lots of people coming through in the end for that strand, so well done for basically bullying producer Liam into going even lower than he should have. Here we're looking at your gold cultured pearls. They're 8x6mm in size. So you have those slightly elongated feel to them. These are going to work in so many different designs, whether it be a vintage look, whether it be a classic look, a contemporary look, a bridal commission. They're going to work in any design you want to include them in. Now here, these beautiful gold culture pearls, they're going to add elegance and opulence to your designs, but they still have that classic feel. The code is JGGP78, and let's have a look at our current web price. $12.95. As I say, this already represents the best value in the market for culture pearls. I have been doing my own research. I can't find this quality of pearls at the prices we offer. And we're even going to take them that little bit lower tonight. This is the Miss It Miss Out show. We're here to give you the best prices of the day. We're here to find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you. And we're taking these down to $7.95. A crisp £5 note back in your pocket. Now, there's going to be people out there that already needed to add pearls to their order. These are an essential item. If that's you, then act now to avoid disappointment. Start dialing that free phone number and take advantage of this clearance price. We've taken them down to $7.95. They should be $12.95. And of course, at 9 p.m, they're going to return to that price. But right now, you can add them to your order for just $7.95. The code is JGGP78. It's almost like the January sale never ended here on the Miss It Miss Out show, isn't it? We're still giving you incredible clearance prices. These are available right now at $7.95. Well done to everybody coming through on the phone lines. Don't forget, if you're buying online, if you're adding these to your basket, make sure you check it out, otherwise you could miss out on this deal. JGGP78, your gold cultured pearls, 8x6mm in size, available right now at the clearance price of $7.95. Absolutely incredible. We're going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. I'm going to move on now to a beautiful strand of green onyx. Now, traditionally, we see this gemstone being used by well, some of the biggest designers in the world, as well as the high street jewellers, but usually in the traditional black tone. Very rare to see green onyx, particularly of this quality. Now these are gorgeous faceted saucers. So they're going to add a sort of dynamic to your designs, aren't they? They're going to add that little extra piece of elegance because of that gorgeous faceting and that unique shape. The saucers range in size from 4x2 to 9x4, and look at that emerald green, that forest green tone there. It's going to be really vivacious within your designs. It's going to work with any other gemstone. 45 carats in total. The code is YSVX38. Let's have a look at our current price for this on our website. $9.95. Now, we're not going to do anything to the price until we see 10 people on the phone lines. Start dialing now. The more people we see on the phone lines, the lower we can go. That's the deal here on the Miss It Miss Out show. If we're 100% sure we can sell out the item, then we're going to do the price slash. If people aren't going to come on the phone lines, we'll leave it at $9.95. Now this is a gemstone that is used by the likes of Cartier, Gucci, Chopard. This is one of those high-end gemstones, and we are seeing it now in a very impressive colour variety, this beautiful forest green tone. I've already got 6 people on the phone lines. Well done to Sylvia, Cheryl, new buyer, Mary, Margaret, Abigail, you're there now as well. We've got to see 4 more people on those phone lines before we drop this price. And the second we do, you're all going to come flying in. People are going to miss out. But don't forget, here on Jewellery Maker, every single night between 5 PM and 9 PM, if you miss it,
you miss out!
That's right. We have now got 10 people on the phone lines, thanks to Audrey and Andrea joining in as well. Let's take that price down. The code is YSVX38. You want to see how depressed Pete was that he missed out on the Miss It Miss Out shout. Look at him. He stomped off. He ran in. Too little, too late, I'm afraid, Pete. We'll get you in for the next one. Don't panic. Right, we've got 14 people on the phone lines now. Let's get that price down. And now the graphics let us down. We've got to go even lower. See, those 14, oh, a little warning there for us. And now those 14 people are going to be thanking their lucky stars they got involved. Green onyx available for $6.95. Now it's going to be a sellout. People are flying in on the phone lines. Well done to Wendy, Sandra, Kathleen, Audrey. You're there in Kentucky. We have gone global. Well done to Eileen, Jacqueline, Kay, Sharon, Teresa, Sylvia, Cheryl. Loads of new buyers. How many of these did we start with? Wow. Okay, we started with less than 50. Right now, we've got less than 20 in stock. If you are adding it to your basket online, don't forget to check out right now. $6.95 is a genuine clearance deal. It's lower than it should ever have gone to. So well done to all the people flying in. As I say, a gemstone that's used by some of the biggest designers in the world. And when you look at this, it's basically jewellery quality green onyx here. The faceting is second to none. It's available right now for $6.95, but I am approaching single figures of availability. If you come and do on the phone lines, well done. Lots of you taking advantage of this clearance deal. And if there are any left in stock, if people change their minds and maybe don't check out their baskets, it will return to that original price of $9.95. We now have an anonymous buyer coming in from Greece. This goes to show you the incredible value here at Jewellery Maker, particularly on the Miss It Miss Out show, because it's cheaper for people to source their gemstones from us here on Jewellery Maker than to buy them in their own country. Congratulations to everybody on the lines, because that is an absolute deal. Well done. We're going to move on though. I told you. We're going to find a deal for each and every one of you, and we're looking right now at gorgeous blue coated quartz. And it has had a slight mystical treatment. In fact, you know what? It almost reminds me of tanzanite, because you've got that almost violet base tone, but because of the mystic coating, you've almost got an iridescence about it, and you're seeing those feminine pink tones come out, exactly what you'd see on tanzanite. This is in fact blue colour coated quartz, and that would be able to bring you huge faceted drops of tanzanite this size. Now again, these are faceted drops. I have no idea whether they've been classified as hearts, but I will make sure that I look into that for you. They range in size from 8 to 17 mil in size. The code is JORU67. Let's have a look at our current price. And as I say, it's much easier for us here on the Miss It Miss Out show to take the items lower when we know they're going to be a sellout. So the more people we see on the phone lines, the lower we're going to go. That is going to be our rule tonight. If we see you on the phone lines, we're going to take an extra £1 off. JORU67. Let's see you start dialing in on that free phone number or making your intentions felt online. I can see 5 or 6 of you already there. We're going to be busy tonight. Let's have a look at our clearance price for 75 carats of blue colour coated quartz. Should be £9.95. And of course at 9 PM, if there's any left in stock, it will return to that price. But this is luxury for less. We've gone down to £5.95. Very, very impressive price. Well done to everybody coming through on the phone lines. That's the way to do it. Get in early. You can always put the phone down, but when they're gone, they're gone. You've missed out. JORU67, 75 carats for £5.95. These are huge. I'm just going to hold it up this way because some people like to see it held up. Gives them a better idea of how it's going to fit into their designs. Well done to Pauline, Deborah, anonymous buyer, Susan, new buyer, Jacqueline, Sue, Samantha, Andrea, Cheryl, Jackie, Chrissy, Wendy, another Sharon, you're there as well. Josephine, you're there. Pauline, you're on the phone lines. Well done to you. If you want to get involved, the time to act is right now. Of course, if there are any of these left in stock, it will return to the original price of £9.95. So take advantage while you can, because it looks like this could be another sellout. I'm going to leave this one with you at £5.95. That is a clearance price for what you're getting there. And we're going to move on. I'm going to fit one more in. How about 11? Love the look of this gemstone. Look at these. Sorry, just getting a little bit enamoured by the gemstone there. I've been talking quite a lot recently about these cube-shaped gemstones because my personal research has shown that a lot of contemporary designs, a lot of the designers out there are using these sharp angles and these dynamic edges within their designs. That's exactly what you're able to create with these plain cubes. They range in size from 6 to 8 mil. And this is black onyx. Now we've just been speaking at length about onyx because we give you a clearance price on your green onyx and how well do those work together. Now whilst the green onyx is quite rare, the black onyx is heavily used by some of the biggest designers in the world. As I was just saying, this is used by Cartier, Gucci, Chopard, but also even the high street jewelers. So, you know, I was talking earlier about that high street charm shop. Black onyx features heavily in a lot of their designs. You can add this to your order right now. You've got that jet black tone. You've got that luster as well. As a result, the code is YHRU50. Let's have a look at the price for 140 carats of black onyx. Currently available on our website at £6.95, but we're not staying there. We are going to give you a clearance price, but we've got to see you on the phone lines. That's the deal tonight. The more people we see on the phone lines, the lower we're going to go. As soon as we're sort of half sure that it's going to be a sellout, we're going to give you a reduction. The code you need is YHRU50. It looks like there's enough people there for me. Let's take that price down tonight for 140 carats of black onyx in these really interesting cube shapes. And we are going to take this to a genuine clearance price. But they're all genuine. But this is really an add it to your order price for what you're getting here. £4.95. We've gone to under £5 tonight for 140 carats of a beautiful gemstone, heavily used by some of the biggest designers in the world. So well done to everybody coming through, making the most of their 1 P&P per day here on JewelleryMaker. If you've already paid that £2.95, you have literally got no reason not to get involved on these deals. So well done to Teresa, Alison, Wendy, new buyers, Linda, Vicky, Kiria. I know I'm going to get it wrong. I'm so sorry. YHRU50. It's one of those mental blocks now. I'll probably never be able to get it right. 140 carats of black onyx for $4.95. People are flying in on the phone lines to take advantage of this deal, so well done to everybody who's getting involved, because that is an absolute steal of a deal. It's an add it to your order price, and when you're only paying 1p and p per day, you've got to take advantage of these clearance deals. I'm going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Okie dokie. Okay, so basically, producer's just dealing with something. He's just feeding me a little bit of information, because we're having a look into exactly how low we can go on our next star buy. Now, we're going to bring you a star buy in a couple of minutes. If this is the first time you've watched the show, or maybe you're new to the Miss It Miss Out show, maybe you don't quite catch us on the hour or at 1/2 we offer you a star buy deal every 25 minutes or so, and it's basically our opportunity to give you a clearance price or to launch a premiere strand. Now at 8 p.m, we're going to launch a strand of emerald, brand new, never been seen before, limited edition. At 5 to 9 this evening, that is going to be our final sell of the evening, and we're going to launch a brand new strand of green Kunzite gemstone I don't think I've ever seen before. But right now, we're going to give you a star buy deal. Okay, so welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Time for a star buy. As I've just been explaining, at 1/2 the hour and the top of the hour of every hour of the Miss It Miss Out show, we're either going to launch a premiere strand or we're going to give you a clearance deal by bundling together a collection of gemstone strands and giving you a huge saving. Right now, we're giving you a 2-for-1 deal on your pastel shades here. So this is perfect for your spring collections. Absolutely gorgeous here. You've got your Amazonite puffy coins, which actually range in size from 8 to 16 mil. So you've got your showcase pieces of Amazonite, and you've got your accent stones as well, graduating in size on this one strand, giving you 180 carats of Amazonite in total. On top of that, you're also getting 100 carats of beautiful rose quartz, the gemstone of true love. And we very, very rarely see these trilliant cuts, but again, they offer you that sort of dynamic edge, those sharp edges which are so on trend right now. But here, you've got that true femininity from that beautiful baby pink tone. This is a 2-for-1 deal here. You've got 280 carats of gemstones, 180 carats of Amazonite, 100 carats of beautiful rose quartz. The code you need is ZSGC34, and we are going to take this to an add it to your order price this evening. 2 for the price of 1. Effectively, you're buying the strand of Amazonite and getting the rose quartz for free. Let's have a look at your price this evening for 2 strands of gemstones. $8.95, less than £4.50 a strand for rose quartz and Amazonite. Where else are you going to be able to get that kind of value for genuine gemstones of this quality? Absolutely beautiful Amazonite and gorgeous rose quartz. Very light pastel shades here on both these gemstones. So as I say, perfect for those feminine designs, perfect for your springtime collections, but actually they'll work all year round, won't they? Maybe for your spring bridal collections. We saw in the Designer Inspiration show how Alison had utilised gorgeous Amazonite to create a beautiful bridal piece with real elegance. $8.95 is all you're going to pay for this incredible 2-for-1 deal. ZSGC34 is the code you need. A 2-for-1 deal on your graduated Amazonite and your trilliant cuts of rose quartz. We're going to leave that one there because that is already a clearance deal. Well done to everybody who's flying in on the phone lines. Congratulations, because that is an absolute steal of a deal. We're going to continue to fly through our Miss It Miss Out deals. The second the code hits the screen, make sure you're picking up the phone and dialing that free phone number, because we are going to find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you. Where are we moving on to? This is quite a prominent feature of today's shows actually. We've got February's birthstone here, beautiful amethyst, again, very, very traditional, regal tone of amethyst, probably the colour tone most people are expecting to see when they think of amethyst. Obviously, people who have a little bit more depth of knowledge about amethyst know that you do get other varieties like your lavender, your rose de France, and even your green amethyst, but traditionally people will think of this regal, deep purple tone. And here you've got 170 carats. These are your top drill drops, very easy to work with, very easy to create matching sets of jewellery. They are 10 by 8 mil in size, and the code you need is DHGP58. Now we are going to give you a price reduction on this strand, but once again we are going to adhere to our rule that we need to see you on the phone lines. The more people we see on the phone lines, the lower we're going to go. So let's show you our original price on our website right now. So currently priced at $9.95. And I have to tell you, you're getting a lot of gemstones on this particular strand, a lot of bang for your buck. Less than £10 is our current price on our website for 170 carats of amethyst. That's not going to be your price this evening, but I need to see you on those phone lines. The second we're sure this is going to be a sellout, we're going to bring in our price. Producer Liam already confident, $6.95. DHGP58, people literally flying in on the phone lines to take advantage of this deal on February's birthstone. Taking the equivalent of your P&P off the price, a huge saving. Well done to Sian, Anthony, Carrie, Mary, Margaret, a new buyer, Abigail, Anda, you're there, Amy, you're there, Gillian, you're there, Chloe, you're there. So many new buyers as well, and a few gents getting involved now as well. Well done Christopher, well done Stephen. Daniel, you're on the phone lines as well. We've got lots of anonymous buyers coming through. Anthony, you're there as well. DHGP58, you know what I'm thinking? All of those gents may well be creating gorgeous Valentine's designs for their better halves. DHGP58, 170 carats of February's birthstone, the gemstone of Valentine's, and it's available right now at the clearance price of just $6.95. It looks like it could be another sellout here on the Miss It Miss Out show. If you want to get involved with that deal, act now to avoid disappointment. We're going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Ooh, pink coloured coated quartz. Now, the beauty of this gemstone is it almost has a very similar tone to your rose quartz, but the colour tone itself is a bit more solid. You know, it's not that pastel shade, it's very solid baby pink, or even somewhere in between being a baby pink and a hot pink, this, isn't it? Very versatile strand as a result, particularly when you look at the size. These are 7 mil plain rounds. You get 80 carats in total. The code you need is EEGK18. Now I have to warn you, this strand has only featured a few times here on JewelleryMaker, and it's already into limited availability. So if you do want to make this yours, my advice, start dialing that free phone number right now to avoid disappointment. You can always put the phone down, but once it's gone, it's gone. EEGK18, 80 carats of pink colour coated quartz. And let's have a look at our price this evening for the last in stock. $7.95. As I say, here at JewelleryMaker, we are dedicated to offering you the best value on the market for genuine gemstones. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and as a result, we have incredible buying power out there on the market. We can get the best prices, and we pass those savings on to you. That is the way we thank you for your loyal custom over the last 4 years here on JewelleryMaker. The code you need is EEGK18. It's available right now at $7.95, but only while stocks last. And don't forget, if you are adding this to your basket online, you need to be checking those baskets out to ensure your success. We're going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. What's up? What's up, producer Liam? Oh, I see, the graphics. They're being a bit funny. Oh, wow. Now we're looking at November's birthstone. Beautiful citrine. Is it? Same difference, actually. So it's actually classified as yellow quartz, but citrine is yellow quartz, essentially. So, you know, There's not much difference there, and actually when you look at the colour tones, you're getting the exact same effect. Again, perfect for your spring and summertime collections because you get those zesty sunshine tones. 150 carats in total. These are so versatile. You've got your 8mm plain rounds here, perfect for many of your braiding techniques such as macrame bracelets. And actually, whilst they're large enough to be the feature of a piece of jewellery, they're also sort of mid-range, aren't they, in terms of size, so they'll work with a larger gemstone as well. QNGP27 is the code, and let's have a look at our price for 150 carats of yellow quartz. $7.95 is all you're going to pay. Wow, you've got a real consistency of colour here, haven't you? With these beautiful, almost daffodil yellows, gorgeous zesty tones, those lemon tones. $7.95 is all you're going to pay. The code you need is QNGP27, 150 carats in total. These are 8mm plain rounds, so as I say, very versatile, very easy to work with. Ah, okay. So can people see that online, producer? I see, right, okay. So we're having a slight graphical error right now in the fact that producer Liam had already lowered the price on this, but it wasn't showing on screen. You could see that reduction online, so I hope you were taking advantage. And we are now down to $5.95. Lowest ever price for 150 carats of yellow quartz plain rounds in 8mm. The code is QNGP27. People are flying in on the phone lines now to take advantage of this deal because we've given you a huge saving. We've taken this down to a clearance price. We only have a limited number available. If you do want to take advantage, dial now. Well done to everybody coming on the phone lines. Well done to Richard, Andrea, Margaret, Mary. Lots of new buyers, you're there as well. Abigail, repeat buyer here today on Jewellery Maker, making the most of the fact that you only have to pay 1 P&P per day of just $2.95. So well done to Sharon, Kimberly, you're all coming through now. QNGP27, 150 carats of gorgeous yellow quartz, available for $5.95, but only while stocks last or until 9 PM. We'll leave that one with you and we're going to move on. Moving on now to a beautiful variety of agate, and this has been classified as brown stripe agate. Once again, very, very similar to Botswana agate, which I would say was our most popular variety of agate last year here on Jewellery Maker. You've got those same earthy colour tones. Now this has been classified as brown agate, brown stripe agate, but you're actually getting a lot of ruby red tones in this as well. Once again, as always with your agate, it's all about that unique and bespoke banding that you get on the surface of the gemstone. It allows you to create bespoke designs. It allows you to create designs where you can be assured that each and every piece of jewellery will be completely different. And that's something that your clients are going to be looking for when they're coming to you for handmade jewellery designs, isn't it? Now these range in size from 27 by 22 to 38 by 26, very, very large, perfect for feature pendants. You could wire wrap these and then create a little bit of extra detail. Or of course wire work rings, big showcase rings, those are so on trend right now. The code is AJGP03. You get over 500 carats on this strand alone. These are irregular, large nuggets, and let's have a look at your price this evening. $6.95. Think about what you're getting here. Over 500 carats of brown stripe agate. I mean, elsewhere you probably struggle to get 1 or 2 pendants for $6.95. You've got a huge strand here. I'm going to have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 effectively pendants on one strand, each and every one completely different, and you can add them to your order tonight for just $6.95. Look at this one here, really interesting. You've almost got a little bit of sort of turquoise coloured banding at the top of the gemstone, and then you've got this clear agate at the bottom. So much character, so much texture you can add to your designs using genuine gemstones, particularly when each and every gemstone is completely unique. These are available right now for $6.95, but only while stocks last. Over 500 carats in total, and they are literally flying out the door. Well done to Joanne, Hudson, Kiria, Dawn, Margaret, Diane, Elizabeth. 2 different Julies, one in Lincolnshire, one in Sussex, so well done to both of you. And there are lots of new buyers and anonymous buyers on the lines as well, so well done to everybody getting involved. Over 500 carats of brown stripe agate, and they're available right now, while stocks last, for just $6.95. I'll leave that one with you. We're going to move on. This time moving on to beautiful, I think these are red agates, but for once, it's not about the gemstones. And that is quite a statement to make here at JewelleryMaker. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, but on this particular strand, it's not about the gemstone. It's about the cut. The lapidary has done all the work for you. These are carved leaf beads. So look at the level of detailing the lapidary has actually achieved on the surface of each gemstone. Again, you get a unique look from each gemstone because that's the beauty of working with genuine gemstones. But look at this. Inspired by Mother Nature, you have got your carved leaf beads. They're 12 by 8 mil in size. And you can see you've got your burnt amber tones, you've got your ruby red tones there, then you've got this almost translucent feel, then you've got this rich earthy colour of red and brown there. You've got your almost peach-like tone, but it's all about this detailing, isn't it? Can you imagine how labour-intensive it is, not just to source and mine for the gemstone, but for then the lapidarist to take on this kind of endeavour where he's trying to not only cut the gemstone, but carve it into these gorgeous shapes. They're going to add so much texture and character to your designs. They're going to feed into your sort of inspired by nature collections, if you like. 100 carats in total. The code is OAGP80, and let's have a look at your price today. $6.95. We know how popular the carved gemstones are. Your red agate here gives you that beautiful variety of colour tones. You're going to have a carved leaf bead for every jewellery making scenario now. $6.95 was going to be the price on the website, but producer Liam's changed his mind. He wants to see people flying in. He's taken them under £5. There's no way on earth 100 carats of red agate, any red agate beads, should be going under £5. But when you think of the work that's gone into this particular strand, $4.95, it's a no-brainer. Congratulations to everybody coming through on the phone lines. Well done to Teresa. You're multi-buying this strand. Now, Teresa is a very regular buyer with us here at JewelleryMaker, and I believe that this is the Teresa who actually creates lots of jewellery designs, sells them on and donates the money to a very noble cause, a charity in her area. I think it is a local Alsatian charity that rescues dogs from that area. So Teresa, lovely to see you back on the phone lines. And you are making the most of that 1 P&P per day of just $2.95. We have got other multi-buyers up there. Well done to an anonymous buyer. You've got 2 of these. Well done to Margaret. You've got 2 of these. Vanessa, you're there. Susan, Josephine, Janice, Richard, Carol, Lorraine, Sharon, Judith, Kimberly, Rosemary. Lots of new buyers as well. People are flying in on the phone lines to take advantage of this deal. Well, there's no way this strand should ever have gone under $4.95, but that's our job here on the Miss It Miss Out show. We're not here to make money, we're here to make friends, and that is just what we're doing. We're trying to pass home the savings to you. Thanks to your sort of loyal custom over the last 4 years, we have increased our buying power. We can now get the best possible prices on the market for gemstones, and we pass those savings on to you to give you the best value on genuine gemstones. OAGP80, 100 carats of red agate in your carved leaf beads for $4.95. We're going to leave that one there because I'm getting overexcited about it. We're going to move on. Moving on now to another beautiful variety of rose quartz. We've seen a few examples of this. This is beautiful. You've got this really organic banding. It's almost like, it almost has this translucent feel to it, and then you can see these slight inclusions in the gemstones which are bringing lots of texture and character to your designs. Now, these are quite large. They're 16 by 12 mil in size, but they're puffy rectangles, so you get those soft corners which add a real high-end feel to your designs, I think, because of that high polished finish. 220 carats in total. The code you need is XHGP22, and let's have a look at your price this evening. $8.95 for over 200 carats of the gemstone of true love. That is traditionally how we refer to beautiful rose quartz. And you can see why, can't you? Because these sort of pastel shades of pink, these baby pinks, so feminine, and they are sort of synonymous with romance and true love, aren't they? That is what this gemstone evokes with many people. XHGP22, available right now for $8.95, but only while stocks last. It looks like they're flying out the door. It may not be a sellout tonight, but it looks like half the stock has already been allocated. If you want to get hold of this, the code is XHGP22. If you do add it to your basket online, make sure you're checking out, because I'd hate for anybody to miss out because they missed that part of the process. Let's move on then. Moving on now to a very earthy gemstone. So sort of from one end of the spectrum to the other here, because you saw those feminine pastel shades of pink in the last one. Now we're looking at really earthy looks here on your picture jasper. Now, producer Kim, whenever I work with her, always says that this reminds her of going on holiday. She says, like, it reminds her of being on the sand and those tones of seashells. And I can see exactly where she's coming from, but that just goes to show everybody has their own personal association with gemstones, and that's something you have to think about when you're creating jewellery designs, particularly if you intend to sell your jewellery designs on. So maybe if something hasn't had a personal sort of evoked a personal feeling to you, it may well be that many of your customers see something you don't. So it's nice to have a nice eclectic range of gemstones in your stash, isn't it? Here we're looking at 230 carats of picture jasper. These are ovals, and they are 18 by 13 mil in size. The code is HOGP64. And let's have a look at your price this evening for the last in stock, down to $6.95. Now, jasper is a gemstone that has been used throughout the ages. It's one of those really popular minerals and materials that have always been used. It's actually mentioned in the Bible, in many of the books of the Bible, in fact. And that just goes to show how popular a gemstone like this is, because it has that rich history attached to it. It has those associations for people, whether it be that it has a history that goes back thousands of years, or whether it is just that it makes you feel like going on holiday. Those are the feelings that gemstones can make people experience. HOGP64, you can add this strand to your order right now for $6.95. I'm going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Producer just making his mind up there. And do you know what? You made a great decision. Now, it was actually Liam's birthday on Monday, and he's still very young. We were discussing this last night after the show, because I'm old and they're all young. And Liam still has some friends who are actually studying at university. And as a result, everybody didn't come out on Monday night, did they? Because they were having exams. Some people did. Some people had exams the next day, so they couldn't come out. And do you know what? This is the strand for anyone you know who is currently undertaking any academic endeavours. So if somebody's taking exams at the moment and you want to make them a little piece of jewellery just to say well done for working hard, or maybe they get the grades they need, this could be the perfect way to say congratulations. Create a gorgeous piece of jewellery using these pencil-shaped lapis lazuli. The beauty of lapis lazuli is, of course, that you get that traditional colour combination of your royal blue and your golden tones as well. And those golden tones are actually inclusions in the gemstone caused by the element of pyrite. So you get two gemstones for the price of one. But here, once again, it's all down to the lapidarists' hard work. They have actually cut these into little pencil shapes. So that's what makes me think of, you know, academia. But actually, they're really fun, aren't they? If maybe you're creating jewellery designs with your children, this could be something they like to work with. To be honest, that is our classification, but you don't have to see them as pencils. They actually could be seen as sort of prism-like drops, couldn't they? 220 carats in total. The gemstones themselves are 17 by 7 mil in size. The code is AHGP13. Let's have a look at our current price on the website for your lapis lazuli pencils. $7.95. Wow. You know, when you think of how much hard work goes into the lapidus, hand carving each of these into this shape, it almost feels like we're not doing the gemstone justice, but all we're trying to do is give you the best value in the market, and that is what I feel we do achieve. We have been actually awarded the best gemstone supplier on the market by Make and Sell Jewellery magazine. It's available right now at $5.95, but only for the last in stock. Very impressive price tonight. The code is AHGP13. If you already have a P&P up and running with us here at JewelleryMaker, don't forget you can add as many items to that order as you wish. You're never going to be charged more P&P, and you still have your 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can make your final decision once you get them home, once you've seen them in the flesh. I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed when they get over 200 carats of lapis lazuli and they see the gorgeous carvings that have been created, and then they look down and they see that they only paid £5.95. Absolute steal of a deal. AHGP13 is the code you need. If you want to add this to your order, dial that free phone number right now or click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. I'm going to leave it on with you. We're going to move on, and I think we're going to have one more deal. Okay, coming up in one sale time is going to be our next star buy, and it is a 10 strand super saver. So if you've been saving yourself for that, it's coming up next. It's going to represent the best value of the evening on genuine gemstones. You're not going to want to miss out on that deal, but we're going to try and fit in one more miss it, miss out deal. Where are we going to? I knew you were going to say that. Me and Liam, we're like telepathic these days. Check this out. Beautifully high quality iolite. Now, iolite has again been used for thousands of years, and I think it was the Vikings who originally used to use this gemstone to actually navigate their ships. And the word iolite actually comes from the Greek word for violet. So you can see the colour tone we're expecting to look for, and you have got it here on this, haven't you? It's such high quality iolite. Beautifully faceted, so again, you can see the quality of the gemstones from the standard of the faceting here. Top drilled droplets, very easy to create, matching sets of jewellery, matching earrings and pendant sets. 60 carats in total. The drops themselves range in size from 7 by 4 mil to 14 by 7 mil. The code is QNRU14. This comes from our Gems of Distinction range. This is some of the highest quality iolite we can source for you here at JewelleryMaker. And until 9 PM, we are going to give you a price reduction. Let's have a look at our current web price for this strand. Wow, already down at $11.95. As I say, the quality and the value that we offer here at JewelleryMaker is completely unrivaled. And we're about to go even lower. Should be $11.95. At 9 PM it will return to that price, but let's give you a clearance price, $7.95. People are flying in on the phone lines, taking advantage of their 1 P&P per day, because I can see a lot of familiar names up there. Well done to Cheryl, Gail, Sharon, Josephine, Sylvia, and lots of new buyers as well getting involved. Beautiful iolite. Again, this is another gemstone which you will see being used on the high street, maybe not as regularly as amethyst, but do you know what? That's because the gemstone itself is much rarer. It's much more difficult to get hold of iolite. We probably, I would say, what will happen is when we go gem hunting for a gemstone like iolite, we might find a mine, we might find that it has a good run, and then after a few months we won't find any more iolite for a while, and then as we start to search again, we'll have another good run. But those periods can be few and far between. We're never 100% sure that we're going to be able to find lots of iolite. So you've got to take advantage of these opportunities while they're on air, haven't you? Because who knows how long it will be before we can source more iolite of this quality. Right now, you can add it to your order at the clearance price of $7.95. you know, that shows there's an upside and downside to everything, doesn't there? The upside of working with genuine gemstones is A, well, you can charge more for your jewellery. B, you can offer your customers something special, something individual, something that they can hold in their heart, that they can pass down to the next generations in their family. Unfortunately, the downside is that we are always at Mother Nature's mercy. Now, if you're working with synthetics, and people always say, yeah, there's a place for them in jewellery making, I'm sure there is. My personal feeling is that if somebody is creating jewellery, I want genuine gemstones, but that's just because I've got such a strong bond with genuine gemstones. But when we are at Mother Nature's mercy, sometimes we're not going to be able to source the gemstones we want. Iolite's one of those gemstones that does have its good and its bad times in terms of sourcing and mining for it. Right now we can bring it to you. 60 carats of iolite, and they're available for $7.95. It's a ridiculous price, so take advantage of it right now. Add it to your order. You're only ever going to pay 1 P&P per day of just $2.95. I'm going to leave that one there because I've actually got a little bit romantic with that gemstone, and I've started to talk for too long. So it is now time for yet another Star Buy. Okay, so this is a very exciting Star Buy. This is our 10 strand super saver. I know that some people wait all night just to take advantage of this deal. It does offer you the best value of the night on genuine gemstones because you get such a huge carat weight, such a variety of gemstones, huge variety of shapes, colours, sizes, all for a ridiculous price. The best value of the night. Let's have a look at exactly what you're getting here. Love the combination of colours here. Good work, producer Liam. Just in case you're wondering, I'm not just talking to a wall. My producer's just through there. So let's have a look at what we're getting here. Crackled quartz cubes is how we start. So I can already imagine people are going to be getting involved. That's the way to do it. As soon as the code hits the screen, start dialing that free phone number. This is a 10 strand super saver. Check out these 6mm crackled quartz cubes. On top of that, we also have January's birthstone. Very popular gemstone all year round, but it's just interesting that we're in January and we're offering you huge nuggets of red garnet. 400 carats in total, and the nuggets themselves range in size from 10 by 8 to 14 by 11. Nice combination here because we've also got snowflake obsidian. Very dramatic look from this gemstone because it almost reminds me of a snow blizzard. These are rice beads. They're 12 by 8mm in size, giving you 150 carats, my apologies. We've also got, oh, these are really interesting, Petersite nuggets. Now we don't see this gemstone very often, but it offers you these really earthy tones. So you've got your browns, your red tones, your aubergines, your purples, absolutely gorgeous. And you've got 230 carats here in your medium nuggets, which range in size from 5 by 9 all the way up to 19 by 14. Now this is going to be extremely popular. Your 2mm rounds of black onyx. It's not about the carat weight here, it's about the size. You've got 10 carats in total, but look at these 2mm Sauveurs that are perfect for your soutache designs, your MIMO, your bead loom, and of course your beady bead designs. Black onyx, another very popular gemstone right now, not just with the high street jewellers, but with some of the biggest jewellers in the world, Cartier, Gucci. They're all utilising this jet black tone that you get from black onyx. On top of that, we have got blue crackled quartz here, so you're getting a gorgeous aquatic tone, almost a lagoon blue here, isn't it? But you've got all that character and texture from the crackled effect. Absolutely beautiful. Those are nuggets, and they range in size from 12 by 9mm to 14 by 9mm, so very interesting. On top of that, we have got your blue chalcedony. These again are in those irregular nuggets, and they range from 7 by 5 to 11 by 8. Do you know what the beauty of this particular strand is? It looks like blue lace agate, which is probably the highest end variety of agate that we've ever brought you here at JewelleryMaker. It looks identical to it, but this is actually your blue chalcedony. You've got that gorgeous lavender tone there. 80 carats in total. And then these are really interesting. It's all down to the cut again on these, because you've got these really dynamic shapes here. You've got the triangles, and these are green aventurine, 35 carats, and they're 5x5mm on these triangular shaped gemstones. They're again going to bring a really sharp dynamic edge to your designs, aren't they? Very popular gemstone with us here at JewelleryMaker at the moment, having a little bit of a renaissance. 190 carats of Unikite, this time in your 8mm plain rounds. Those are going to work in so many different designs, perfect for those almost camo effect style macrame bracelets. And on top of that, clear quartz rondelles. These are perfect for your bridal commissions. Oh my word, I've got so many gemstones they won't even fit on the back of my big man hands. So that just goes to show you what a huge amount of gemstones you're getting here. These are your clear quartz rondelles. They're 2x1, ranging up to 5x3, giving you 35 carats in total. And as I say, 10 strands of gemstones here, an absolutely huge carat weight, well over 1,000 carats. And you're about to get the best value of the night. Let's have a look at our star buy price, £21.95, better than £2.20 a strand. I don't think, I'm confident in saying that none of these strands are £2.20 on our website. So you are now getting unbelievable value, effectively getting each and every one of these strands for £2.20. If I brought any of these strands onto the screen at £2.19, the phone lines would light up like a Christmas tree. You need to be sort of stocking up on your gemstones, don't you? You need to have that huge stash. You need to give yourself creative options. And this is what our 10 strand super savers allow you to do. Get a huge stock of gemstones, a nice variety of colour tones, shapes and sizes, all for the best value of the night. The code is MVGC64. Lots of people getting involved now on the website and via the phone line. Well done to Teresa, multi-buying the 10 strand super saver. She made it clear the other night that she does this for a great cause, and that's why she buys in bulk. You know what? That has always been our dream here at JewelleryMaker, to be your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs and to give you wholesale opportunities. So that's exactly what we can do right now, bringing this to you for £21.95, the best value of the night on genuine gemstones. Well done to Amber, Judith, Karen, Heather, Jude, Christine, Roseanne, Susan, Sarah, Gail, new buyers, Lisa. Well over half the stock's been allocated on this 10 strand super saver now. So if you want to get involved, dial that free phone number, add it to your order, particularly if you already have a P&P up and running. Alternatively, click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com and ensure that you are checking out your basket to guarantee your success in this sale. I'm going to leave this one with you. That has represented the best value we can offer you on genuine gemstones, and that's what we aim to do with our star buys. We're going to be back in just a couple of minutes with more miss it, miss out deals. Don't go away.
It was here almost 650 years ago in Amir where King Jai Singh first laid the foundations that was to become one of the world's most famous walled cities, Jaipur. The city of Jaipur, commonly known as the Pink City, is now taking centre stage for gemstone cutting and trading. It's here in the bursting heart of the walled city that our gems of distinction strands are cut, faceted and polished. So, how do you get a pile of tourmaline that looks like this into a gorgeous strand that looks like this? So when you've got a pile of tourmaline like this, it's going to be made into gemstone beads. First of all, each one of these gemstones need to be inspected. A line is then drawn down the middle of the gemstone or wherever the gem is going to be faceted, and it's then taken behind us and then faceted into these rough gem shapes. Once each gemstone has been cut into the amount of pieces it needs to be, it's then time to shape the gemstones. These gentlemen are working on anything from a round to a pear shape, pretty much any cut imaginable. The next process is polishing and faceting, and this takes a huge amount of skill. It can take years for a lapidus to be able to facet like this, and each one of the gemstones can take up to 10 minutes to cut. A really lengthy but incredible process. The next stage of the process is really interesting. This is where each one of the gemstones is drilled. And what Sanjay's doing here is putting a drill through faceted beads of black tourmaline. The next stage after drilling is then to get the gemstones sorted into their appropriate colours and sizes. This can be a really, really lengthy process. Once the gemstones are sorted into different colours and sizes, they're then arranged into these strands and made into strands like this. Now each one of these gemstones could have gone through a 30 to 40 minute process to arrive on a strand like this. It's really quite incredible. If there's one thing that my time in India has taught me, it's the hours of dedicated time that goes into making each one of the gemstones we sell on JewelleryMaker. Are you looking to create bespoke bridal jewellery? Then come and join guest designer Sheila on our bridal workshop. Sheila will guide you through how to design stunning accessories, including techniques using headbands, hair combs and tiaras. The full course includes a selection of hair combs and headbands, a selection of findings and wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a trip to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 6444 655.
Join JewelleryMaker and specialist guest designer Debbie Bulford for a fun and relaxing day discovering the addictive appeal of chainmail. This workshop is ideal for beginners and will introduce the fundamentals of this art form. You will be guided through a range of beginners' weaves and learn how to create your own Byzantine bracelet and earring set. The full course includes a pack of 200 jump rings, a toggle clasp, a pair of shepherd hook earrings, the chainmail tutorial DVD, use of all relevant tools, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a chance to meet the presenters, and take a visit to our gem museum. All this for just $74.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
Welcome back to the Miss It Miss Out show here on JewelleryMaker. My name's Ed. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I realise that there may be some competition for us on screen tonight, but my advice, press the red button or whatever else is you have to do to record that show and make sure you don't miss out on the Miss It Miss Out deals here on JewelleryMaker. In fact, even if you are going to watch something else, which I would advise against, but make sure you do have your tablet or your laptop in the corner, because we are going low on many ridiculous opportunities. That's the only way I can describe them, because we have been taking gemstones to under £5. We're talking about some of Mother Nature's creations. That's what we do here at JewelleryMaker. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company. As a result, we have incredible buying power on some very prestigious gemstones, and we can give them to you at ridiculous prices. Take this for example. We're going to be launching a brand new strand of emerald. It's coming up at the top of the hour, 8 PM, and we're going to be giving you this at a launch price. Now, we only have a limited number available. In fact, I've got less than 50 of these. If you want to add this to your order, the second the code hits the screen, start dialing that free phone number and you can make this yours. That is my advice all night long, in fact. As soon as you see something you like the look of, start dialing the free phone number, put yourself in the running to own it. If you change your mind, you can always put the phone down. Or, of course, probably a better way to do it, is to get it home and then make your decision. Your decision-making process here at JewelleryMaker only starts once you get the gemstone home. That is when your 30-day money-back guarantee kicks in. So you can see it in the flesh, you can see if it's going to suit your designs. If it's not, you can send it straight back. But I don't think too many people are going to be disappointed when they get faceted emerald. And certainly not at the price we're going to bring it to you at 8 p.m. Coming up at 5 to 9 this evening as our superstar buy. Very, very interesting variety of Kunzite, beautiful green Kunzite. Gemstone I really don't think I have seen before, and it is in these beautifully organic cut, almost shards of Kunzite here. You have a really natural, organic look to your designs. They almost remind me of icicles. Absolutely gorgeous. It's coming up at 5 to 9, again, quite limited in availability, and again being launched at a ridiculously low price. That's coming up at 5 to 9 this evening. We will have a star buy every half an hour here on the show, so that's our opportunity to give you a clearance deal. But it's time for me to return to Miss It, Miss Out and try and find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you. And we're looking now at beautiful yellow quartz. Now I'm joking, it's citrine, just because we mixed them up earlier on the show. This is beautiful citrine. They're effectively the same mineral, they have the same chemical compound, but they're just classified slightly differently. Now this is 280 carats of citrine. These are faceted nuggets. They range in size from 13 by 11 to 19 by 12. They're absolutely huge, aren't they? Now, on this particular strand, you're getting a really strong yellow tone here, aren't you? Those golden hues, those beautiful honey-like tones as well. Now, we were talking a couple of months ago on the show about the idea of different colours evoking different psychological feelings in people, and the idea that yellow often makes people feel happier and more positive. I don't know if that's true. There was obviously scientific research to back up the study, but I can sort of understand it, because when you wake up and it's a dreary day, you feel a bit down, can't be bothered. When you wake up and it's sunny, you sort of feel a bit more uplifted, a bit more positive, don't you? Well, it tends to be the case anyway. This kind of gemstone has that sunny-like feeling to it, doesn't it? Brings that zesty golden tone. The code is MBGP06. These are huge nuggets. They'll be perfect in your wire work, rings, or of course as the feature gemstone within maybe a summer design or a springtime collection. Let's have a look at our price this evening. For the last in stock, we have got 280 carats of citrine for $9.95. Now once again, these are irregular faceted nuggets, so you can see that the lapidarist hasn't just cut these in a uniformed way to create the exact same shape on each and every one. Sometimes that's what we need as jewellery makers, we need that uniformity. Other times, when you're looking at examples of citrine like this, you want the lapidarist to follow the natural cleavage of the gemstone, to sort of enhance the natural beauty of Mother Nature's work and give you these irregular looks. It's available right now while stocks last for $9.95. Well done to everybody coming on the phone line. That is a steal of a deal. We're going to move on. Say again, sorry. All right. Okay, cool. Beautiful crackled purpled agate. But these are massive, or as Lucy would say, mahoosive. She would say 480 carats in total here. Now these are rice beads, which range in size from 14 by 10 to 30 by 21. They're absolutely huge. This is such a gem heavy strand. In fact, I'll hold it out for you. You can see the graduation there. Again, you could technically just restrand this and the graduation would work as the design, wouldn't it? But they are very gem heavy, so you could get away with using these in a sort of maybe a set, or maybe completely different designs. You might want to use the larger ones in one design and the smaller in another. 480 carats in total. We are going to give you a price reduction this evening, and it will only be available at the Miss It Miss Out price until 9 p.m. this evening. The code is JAGP73. beautiful amethyst shades of purple here. Let's have a look at our current price on the website. Already down to $8.95, but we're not staying there. We are going to give you a clearance price this evening. The code you need is JAGP73. Should be $8.95, but right now we've taken it down to $6.95. We're trying to chip every penny off we can to give you the best value on the market. That's what we do here at Jewellery Maker. That's what we pride ourselves on. That is what we win awards for, and the code you need is JAGP73. 480 carats of purple crackled agate, so you get all of that character and texture from the crackled like effect. And right now you can get it at the clearance price of $6.95. I'm going to leave that one with you, and we're going to move on to our next Miss It Miss Out deal. Shall we do a gemstone in honour of the fact that it's Burns night? How about that? Okay. Some people will be sitting at home thinking they don't know what Burns night is. It is sort of a day for Scotland to honour one of its most historic and prominent writers, poets, and is actually from the same hometown that my family's from. Did a lot of his work whilst living in Kilmarnock, well, in the Ayrshire area anyway. And here we are looking at the national gemstone of Scotland. Smoky quartz. These are faceted coins. They're 8mm in size, and really for me it is all about those facets, because look what the lapidus has achieved. Those facets are really allowing the light to play on the surface of the gemstone, giving you real sparkle, real elegance and glamour, aren't they? 90 carats in total. The code you need is HBPO40. Now don't forget, you don't have to live north of the border to enjoy this gemstone, and I'm sure many people love this beautiful chocolate brown tone you get from the gemstone. But just because of the association, we're just going to give you a price in honour of Rabbie Burns. Let's have a look at the price for 90 carats of smoky quartz faceted coins. HBPO40, it's available right now for $7.95. Don't forget, here on the Miss It Miss Out show, our job is to clear out the last of stock opportunities, make way for new and exciting items, of course, but also to show you the value that we can give you on genuine gemstones here at Jewellery Maker. $7.95 is all you're going to pay for 90 carats of smoky quartz. It's another gemstone which is heavily used by the high street jewellers and many of the top-end jewellers in the world, and it is also the national gemstone of Scotland. People flying in on the phone lines now. I have got buyers north of the border getting involved, so congratulations to Margaret. Congratulations to an anonymous buyer in Aberdeen as well. Well done to Laurie, Deborah. Well done to everybody getting involved. 90 carats of smoky quartz available right now for $7.95. HBPO40 flying out the door. Grab them while you can. If you have added these to your basket on JewelleryMaker.com, make sure you check out to avoid disappointment. I'll leave that one with you. We're going to move on. And this time moving on to, wow, something for everyone on this strand. Well, it's massive for a start. How long is this strand? It must be about half a metre long, this strand. 700 carats of multicoloured quartz with agate. It almost looks like, do you remember at school when you did a bit of craft work and you did like tie-dyeing? This looks like a tie-dyed gemstone, because you've got all this massive multitude of colours coming through against those jet black tones as well, so it almost highlights the vibrancy of the colours as well, doesn't it? Technicoloured gemstone strand here. 700 carats in total. This is your multicoloured quartz with agate. These are plain rondelles, but they range in size from 12 by 6 up to 22 by 14. Very gem heavy strand at 700 carats. The code is DBGP62. Let's have a look at our current price for this strand. Currently available for $7.95. Now again, this would be a beautiful gemstone strand if you're getting involved with the hobby and your youngsters. If you're trying to get the little ones involved in jewellery making, maybe, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot recently, because some people aren't particularly academic, and maybe a way to sort of bring people out of their shell is to sort of experience a creative outlet, could be an interesting way to introduce your youngsters to a craft like jewellery making, particularly if you're going to work with gemstones that have this much vibrancy of colour. 700 carats in total, currently available at $7.95, but we are going to give you a miss it miss out price. The code is DBGP62, should be $7.95, but we're going to take that price down low, down to $5.95 this evening. That is your add it to your order price. If you already have a P&P up and running, I know I say it a lot, but obviously people tune in at different times of the show, so if you already have a P&P up and running, you're only ever going to pay one a day. So $2.95 per day for your P&P, and you can add as many items as you wish right now. That is an add it to your order price for gorgeous multicoloured quartz. Congratulations to Teresa, you're back on the phone lines multi-buying this, and I'm not surprised, you know, a lot of the times when you have people bulk buying gemstones, it's because they either have a successful jewellery making business, or of course they have a noble cause they want to donate their earnings to. Teresa, you are using us as a wholesaler. That's exactly the way to do it. When we give you huge carat weights like this, 700 carats for $5.95, you've got to be adding that to your order. Leslie, you're there as well as a multi-buyer, and I know now that there are a lot of jewellery makers out there who actually create their designs, they sell them on and donate the proceeds to charities. That's a very noble cause for people to get involved in. Of course, maybe you want to turn your hobby into a small business. Nothing wrong with that either. DBGP62, and you can add this to your order for just $5.95. I'm going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. And this time moving on to rainbow pyrite. So this has this multicolour coating. Again, perfect for working with your youngsters, or, well, any contemporary designs, I would say. I know they're all going to take the mickey out of me, but if you're going down the disco, these are perfect. 140 carats of rainbow pyrite. These are your drop beads, so they're 10 by 6 mil in size, so sort of like a pear-shaped drop. The code is CGGP32. Let's have a look at our current price. So currently available on our website for $8.95. Pretty ridiculous pricing, really, and goes to show the value we can bring you here at Jewellery Maker. But tonight on the Miss It Miss Out show, we are going to go that little bit further. We're going to give you a clearance deal. CGG P32, 140 carats of rainbow pyrite for under £5. Absolutely ridiculous. We have honoured a previous clearance price. This is the price we offered you during our January sale, and we are honouring it tonight. We're taking them down to $4.95 for the last in stock. And again, this is another gemstone which maybe we're not doing justice to in the studio with the studio lights. And you can't see those lime greens, those lilacs, those electric blues. It's all there for you. And right now, you can add it to your order for $4.95. You've already paid your P&P of $2.95. Take advantage of this clearance price. Get it home and make your decision once you've activated your 30-day money-back guarantee. CGG P32, it's available right now for under £5. And let me assure you, we're not trying to devalue gemstones. The only reason we're going to these prices is because it's our job to clear out the last of stock. We're going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. Is it? It's star buy time! Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. I told you, time flies when you're having fun, and whenever I have gemstones in my hand, I'm having fun. And right now, a bundle totally suited for me. Very interesting, because in the break, I went to check whether anybody had contacted me via Facebook, and do you know who had been in contact? My chainmail mentor, Susan Patterson. And she actually had sent me an email saying, how's your chainmail work going? You haven't posted any for a while. Don't worry, I'll send you my latest design later on, Susan, for you to cast a critical eye over. Right now, this is a star buy. Now, if you've just tuned in to Jewellery Maker, or maybe you've only just started watching, a star buy is our opportunity to either launch a brand new strand, which we'll be doing at 8 PM. We're going to be bringing a brand new strand of emerald, or It's an opportunity for us to bundle a collection of items together and give you a saving. That's exactly what we're going to do here on your jump rings. So we've got a lovely variety here of sizes and colour tones, because we have got your antique bronze jump rings here. There's a huge amount of these, isn't there? Let's have a look. You've got 200 of your antique bronze copper jump rings. These are 7mm in size. You've also got your sterling silver jump rings, 9mm in size, and you actually get 20 of those. So those are probably not really suitable for chainmail because you've only got 20 of those, but do you know what? They're perfect for your normal jewellery making to attach clasps to your designs. So if you've got 20 huge sterling silver jump rings, they're 9mm in size, you've got 20 of those. You've got your rose gold plated jump rings. These are 7mm in size, and you get 50 of those. And we've also got your smaller 5mm sterling silver jump rings, and you get 50 of those as well. So you've got your 5mm, your 7mm, your 7mm, and your 9mm. Sterling silver, rose gold, antique bronze, and your huge 9mm sterling silver jump rings. Perfect for chainmail artists such as myself. And of course, all jewellery makers need the jump rings to attach their clasps to designs. Nice way to stock up on jump rings. You're going to have every single possible colour here, because you've got your antique bronze, your sterling silver, your rose gold plated sterling silver. So you've got something for every jewellery making scenario. And of course, we are going to give you a star buy price this evening. You have got 320 jump rings for £17.95. Don't forget, you've got sterling silver jump rings there. You've got 100 sterling silver jump rings, 50 of which are rose gold plated, high end on top of high end, and you've even got those extra 20 in your 9mm sterling silver jump rings on top of that, just to give you a wholesale deal, a trade show style deal. We've also thrown in 200 antique bronze copper jump rings. They're all available right now for £17.95. All the chainmail artists out there are going to be getting involved with this star buy deal, and you can add it to your order right now for £17.95. The code is GYGC85. Jump ring for joy. GYGC85, jump ring for joy. I'm trying to say it so it sounds right. Jump ring for joy. So you've got your antique bronze copper jump rings, 7mm. You've got your sterling silver in 7mm. You've got 20 of your 9mm sterling silver and 50 of your 5mm sterling silver, all available right now at the star buy price of £17.95. Now we're going to leave that one there. A great star buy deal, and I'm just going to give you one more heads up about this. Check out this premier strand of emerald. It is limited edition. I have less than 50 of these to bring you, and it's coming up in about 20 minutes time. So if you want to get involved with this deal, you are going to have to dial the second the code hits the screen. Or of course, if you're watching on JewelleryMaker.com, you can click to buy now, but ensure that you are checking out your basket to avoid disappointment. These are faceted to perfection. The colour tone is so gorgeous. These are coming up in 20 minutes time. Beautiful emerald, one of the big four, being brought to you as a premiere strand tonight on the Miss It Miss Out show, so don't miss out. Before that, we're going to continue to try and find an added to your order deal for each and every one of you. Where are we moving on to? Aha. Beautiful amethyst. February's birthstones feature quite heavily today, but not in this, guys, because these, again, beautifully hand carved. They're gorgeous amethyst carved flowers. They're 10mm in size. They're going to add so much texture and character to your designs. You can see the work that has gone into creating this look. They're like little roses, aren't they? The code you need is EBGP22. Again, most of the work has been done by the lapidarists here to create gorgeous, inspired by nature design. 180 carats in total. but unfortunately they are very limited in availability. So let's have a look at our price for the last in stock of your beautiful amethyst. $11.95. If you want to get involved, dial that free phone number right now. You can add them to your order if you already have a P&P up and running. You're only ever going to pay one P&P of $2.95 here at Jewellery Maker. Of course, you can opt to have a premium service, a couple of quid more, but I think most people opt for the £2.95 option because it is pretty ridiculous. That's even on our posting and packaging, we try to offer the best possible value. EBGP22 available right now for $11.95. People flying in on the phone lines to get hold of these. I think they probably thought they were sold out. There are a few left in stock. If you want to add these to your order, just $11.95, and you can imagine the sort of creative design scope a strand like this is going to give you because of that beautiful carving. We are, sorry? Oh right, okay, we're going to leave that one there because we've got another variety of amethyst to offer you now. So this is your lavender amethyst or your light amethyst. Slightly more feminine tone here. You haven't got that same regal tone, but actually, look at the size of these gemstones. They're 30 by 11 mil in size, giving you 380 carats in total. And, you know, we were discussing this earlier, you know, I think that the colour tone we just saw on the last strand is that regal purple tone that most people associate with the gemstone amethyst, but you know, it won't suit everybody's skin tone because it's such a deep colour. Instead, some people may prefer this more feminine tone. Beautiful lavender amethyst or light shaded amethyst. These are huge. They could be used as feature pendants. They could also be the feature of an asymmetrical necklace design. I know those are very on trend at the moment. 380 carats in total. The code is FHGP01. Let's have a look at our current price on the website for this strand of amethyst. Wow, currently available at $11.95. It's a huge carat weight, and again, the lapidary's done a lot of the work for us here because huge definitive facets on the surface of a gemstone here, and that is not going to be our miss it miss out price this evening. Currently available on our website for $11.95, but until 9 PM we're going to give you a huge reduction. We're going to take them down to $7.95 and add it to your order price for what you're getting here. Over 350 carats of beautiful lavender amethyst for $7.95. Take advantage while you can, because of course at 9 PM all of our price reductions are going to return to their original price. This is going to go back up to $11.95, which, as I say, already represents the best value on the market. But right now, take advantage of these clearance prices. This is a miss it miss out opportunity. $7.95 for 380 carats of February's birthstone, the gemstone of Valentine's. FHGP01 is the code you need. I'm going to leave that one with you, and we're going to move on. This time, moving on to beautiful Mexican fire opal. Gemstone which has proved to be very, very popular here. And do you know what? Such an interesting cut, because the owner of the company, Mr. Steve Bennett, is you know, an active gem hunter, flies all over the world, and towards the end of last year he actually went on a mission to try and find some fire opal, and I think they had quite a successful gem hunting experience. But he was saying what they actually did was they followed the route where they thought they'd find Mexican fire opal. It's really interesting actually, because normally what you'll see is when gemstones form, I almost need a pen here. Sorry, this is going to be another one of my rubbish diagrams. You got a pen, Pete? Nice one. Now what you find is, when you find gemstones, this is an old riverbed, okay? A little bit of a riverbed. And what you'll do is, when you find gemstones, you'll tend to find them here, here, at the outer extremities of the river. That's where they tend to collect and form. So this will be an old riverbed. But you find this with Mexican fire opal, it's not because they've flown down a river. It's actually because that is the route which the lava from which they formed has flown down. Okay, so it's actually the track of an old volcano eruption where you find Mexican fire opal. It actually forms from lava cooling really, really quickly. Interestingly, some of the pieces they actually found were carved into arrowheads. So that goes to show you something quite interesting, because obviously it was utilised by, you know, civilizations many, many years ago. And actually, when I look at this particular strand, this gorgeous Mexican fire opal looks like arrowheads. They're called drops, but they have a much more definitive shape to them, don't they? They have almost they come to a sharp point, if you like. Now these fire opals range in size from 5x3 to 10x7, giving you 35 carats in total. Sorry, can we just stop there? This is actually the rarest variety of fire opal. This beautiful red tone here, it's known as cherry opal. It's one of the rarest varieties of fire opal you're ever going to find, and we've got a huge example of it here on this strand. This is such a rare gemstone, and actually we've even got a little bit of colour play on this, which is very rare for fire opal because it cools so quickly. You don't normally get the opportunity for it to form the kind of grids that you need within opal to see those little plays of colour. But such a high quality strand of fire opal here, you can see it on many of the gemstones. This comes from our Gems of Distinction range, which actually represents the best possible quality of gemstones we can source here at JewelleryMaker. This is extremely high end, and the price is not going to be reflective of what you're getting here. 35 carats in total. The code is WVYY37. Let's have a look at our current price. $21.95. We are going to take the price lower. We're going to give you a miss out price this evening. The code is WVYY37. This has never previously been reduced in price, but tonight, for the last in stock, we're taking it down to $17.95. An extremely rare gemstone, something that, you know, does have a deep, rich history attached to it. If you want to get hold of this, it is available right now at $17.95. Now, as I say, you know, it's all relative, really, isn't it? When you're talking about getting hold of something like agate for $5.95, agate is very, very prominent. You know, we can often find agate strands very regularly, but something like Mexican fire opal is the kind of gemstone that's going to elevate your jewellery designs to the next level and maybe sort of push you up into the next price bracket and attract a higher end of clientele, perhaps. WVYY37, 35 carats of fire opal available right now for $17.95. We're going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. We're going to move on now to one of our most popular gemstones here, clear quartz. Perfect for so many different designs, goes with any other gemstone, and of course perfect for those bridal commissions, which is, I think, the way most people get involved in actually moving their hobby into a small business, selling their jewellery for those bridal pieces, those one-of-a-kind pieces that are going to be kept forever. And here we're looking at 150 carats of clear quartz. Now these are really interesting. Again, they have those sharp edges. They're almost like 3D arrowheads themselves. They range in size from 6 to 10 mil, 150 carats in total. Really dynamic look here, faceted to perfection. The code is JFRU62. Let's have a look at our current price. $15.95 is all you're currently paying on the website, but that's not the price you're going to pay tonight. Let's have a look at our miss out price for 150 carats of clear quartz. Should be $15.95, and you can see why when you look at the quality of the gemstones. But right now, you can add it to your order for the clearance price of $11.95, an absolute steal of a deal. JFRU62, lots of people getting involved now and taking advantage of these clearance prices. Don't forget, at 9 PM, everything is going to return to its original price. So take advantage while you can. Well done to the people flying in on the phone lines. This could be a sellout tonight. Well done to Linda. How do you pronounce that? Oa? Oa? My apologies if I'm mispronouncing anybody's name tonight. I'm not very good with names, actually. Well done to Stuart, new buyer, anonymous buyer, Deborah, Linda, you're there. Also, Juliet, you're on the phone lines as well. Well done. Another anonymous buyer. It looks like this could be another sellout tonight. $11.95. Don't take my word for it. Make sure you speak to a member of the call centre. Those are the only people that can guarantee whether or not you've been successful. And if you have added it to your basket online, make sure you check out to avoid disappointment. We're going to move on. And this time, we're going to move on. Ooh. So this is actually a strand of chalcedony, but you could be forgiven for mistaking it for a few different gemstones actually, because it's actually had this really interesting treatment where it's actually exhibiting pearlescence. So it does have this translucent feel, but then it has this iridescence where you can see purple tones, pink tones, blue colours cascading across the surface of the faceted gemstones. These are rice-shaped beads. They range from 13 by 5 to 16 by 7 mil, so quite large. They're going to make a real statement in your designs, aren't they? Especially when you see this pearlescent effect that has been created. 110 carats in total. The code is HJRU44. Let's have a look at our current price on the website for this strand. $10.95, wow. When you consider what you're getting here, a gemstone that has such a deep, rich history attached to it, it's been cut and faceted to perfection. It's also had this pearlescent treatment that's really enhancing the look of the gemstone. Right now, available on our website for $10.95, and tonight we are going to take it even lower here on the Miss It Miss Out show. Originally launched at $12.95, we already reduced this to $10.95, but right now, for the last in stock, $8.95 is all you're going to pay. If you already have a P&P up and running, add this to your order right now. You're not going to be disappointed when you get it home, but of course, you have your 30-day money-back guarantee to make your final decision. Well done to everybody getting involved. Well done to Sharon, Sandra, Carolyn, Judith, a new buyer, you're there, an anonymous buyer, Claire in Yorkshire, you've now joined the party. HJRU44, we are giving you incredible add it to your order prices tonight. And as I say, if you already have a P&P up and running, we are determined to find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you. 110 carats of pearlescent coated chalcedony available right now for $8.95, and of course at 9 PM this will return to the original price of $10.95. So stay where you are if you're on the phone lines. If you have added this to your basket online, then make sure you check out. And must say, special mention to Carol, you have multi-bought this strand. This is the way to do it. Get it home, fall in love with it, but make sure you get enough to satisfy your needs. HJRU44 available right now for $8.95. We're going to leave that one there. And we're going to move on now to beautiful Botswana agates. We've seen a few different varieties of agate tonight. We've seen your brown stripe. We've even seen a purple stripe agate, haven't we? But right now we're looking at Botswana agate. I have to say, I think this is probably the most popular variety of agate that we brought to you in 2013. And we haven't had quite as much of it since the turn of the year, have we? It's becoming a little bit more rare, a little bit harder to get hold of. Over 250 carats on this strand now. You are looking at Botswana agate puffy coins. So these are 16 mil in size, real statement look here. Maybe large enough to be used as pendants, certainly large enough to be the feature of a design. What about a wirework ring? This is the one I've fallen in love with. This is the beauty of working with this particular variety of agate. You've got these earthy tones, but it's all about that banding on the surface of the gemstone, which allows you to create unique and bespoke designs with every piece of agate. 265 carats in total. The code is KNGP84. Have to warn you, we only have limited numbers of this particular strand available, so if you want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now to avoid disappointment. Let's have a look at our price for the last in stock. 265 carats of Botswana agate available right now for $7.95. The code you need is KNGP84. 265 carats of Botswana agate for just $7.95. Well done to everybody coming in on the phone lines. Congratulations to Penelope, to Mary, to Abigail, to a new buyer, you're there. Christopher, you're back on the phone lines making the most of your 1 P&P per day. And look at all these earthy tones you do actually get here. This is quite interesting, this particular strand, because we've almost got these storm cloud tones coming through, so it's going to add real drama to your designs. Well done to Angela, you're getting involved now as well. Well done to Margaret. If you want to add this to your order, act now to avoid disappointment. Dial that free phone number or click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. We're going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. Moving on now to emerald green coloured quartz. And if you do love your emerald green tones, we've got that emerald coming up as a star buy in about 5 minutes time. And I think these would work beautifully well together, wouldn't they? See that? Love that combination. Got that muted tone from the emerald, really enhanced with that character from the banding, and then you've got that vibrancy coming from your green coloured quartz. Now these are faceted ovals, which actually are 14 by 10 mil in size, so again quite large. They're going to make a statement in your designs, particularly when you see how vibrant the colour tone is, this forest or emerald green. 135 carats in total, and again the faceting on the surface is exceptional. Checkerboard faceting, enhancing the look of the gemstone and giving you a real play of light, making each and every gemstone flash like paparazzi flashes there. Beautiful. The ovals, as I say, are 14 by 10 mil in size. The code you need is HHKZ24. Let's have a look at our current price for this strand of quartz. $8.95, and we're not staying there this evening. We are going to give you a miss it miss out price reduction. HHKZ24 should be $8.95. It will return to that price at 9 PM, but right now you can add it to your order for $5.95. Producer Liam giving you the equivalent of your P&P back in your pocket. The code you need is HHKZ24. Lots of people coming in on the phone lines now. Lots of people clicking to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. We only have a limited number of these available, and as a result, we have taken it down to $5.95 with the aim of clearing out the last of stock, making way for new and exciting products. That's our job here on the Miss It Miss Out show. These are flying out the door. I've got less than 20 available in stock now. Well done to Angela, Teresa, Jeannie, Joan, you're there, Mary, Margaret, Abigail, Anda, you're back on the phone lines as well. Lots of new buyers. Deborah, you're getting involved. Vivian, lots of people flying in now to take advantage of this deal. Genuine gemstones for $5.95. Once again, not trying to devalue gemstones, just trying to give you the best value, and that is what we're doing. Giving you clearance prices all the way up until 9 PM. Well done to everybody on the phone line. That is an incredible addition to your collection. We're going to leave that one there though. We're going to move on. Moving on now to a beautiful variety of red agate. Oh, sorry, I thought you said 18. Oh, sorry. I don't know where I even got that from. We're actually looking at black striped agate now. So, as I say, we've seen a few different varieties of agate. Now this is a gemstone, it's quite readily available. It's quite dense, so it's easy to cut, easy to create nice looks with it. We don't see this monochrome variety very often. Now the striping here, the banding on the surface of the gemstone, is giving you a beautiful monochrome tone and gorgeous character and texture to your designs, combined with the drama of using that two-toned effect. Over 250 carats on your black stripe agate here. These are puffy ovals, they're 20 by 15 mil in size. So again, large enough to be the feature of a design, but also small enough to be used alongside larger gemstones. The code you need is XQPO38. Let's have a look at our current price for this strand of agate. Wow, $7.95 is your current web price, but we're not staying there tonight. We are going to give you a miss it, miss out price. Take advantage of these price reductions while you can, because of course at 9 PM they're going to return to their original prices. XQPO38 under £5 now for 255 carats of black striped agate, down to £4.95. That's all you're going to pay for beautiful black striped agate. And imagine how far these gemstones are going to go. If you were to create a wirework ring using just that one gemstone, A, it's going to fly out the door because it's absolutely gorgeous, and B, you're going to make your money back off just one gemstone. Well done to anonymous buyers there in Leicestershire, and another anonymous buyer there in Derbyshire. Well done to anonymous buyer in Yorkshire. Teresa, you're back on the phone lines, taking advantage of these deals, multi-buying, grabbing 5 strands of your black striped agate. Well done to you. Sian, you're also getting involved. Deborah, Jill, Kimberly, Kiria. New buyers, you're there. Ua, you're there. Deirdre, Linda, Kathleen, Deborah, Audrey in Kentucky. We've gone global with this deal. Under £5 for 255 carats of black striped agate. It's a steal of a deal. I can see exactly why so many of you are flying in on the phone lines. So much character and drama from this gemstone, and right now you can add a huge strand of it to your order for just £4.95. Well done to Susan in Hull. You're also multi-buying. It looks like this could be a sellout tonight. We only have a limited number available, and we've got a lot of people flying in on the phone lines. If you want to take advantage, either dial that free phone number or click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com to take advantage of this clearance price. Well done to everybody who is there. You have been successful, and if you want to dial through right now, we've got a limited number available. The code is XQPO38, available for £4.95. I'm going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. Getting in trouble for not listening properly. Sorry guys. Look at this. Now, we were talking earlier, is this fossil jasper? Fossil coral. Fossil coral! Oh wow. Do you know what? I was looking down, I was seeing the almost fossil-like imprints on the surface of it, and it has a very similar colour tone to the picture jasper we were looking at earlier, so it's got those desert-like feeling to it. But look at that. Can we just stop there? Look at that. You can see that it's almost like an imprint of a flower or a leaf. As you move across this, let's just have a look at some of these ones. In fact, look at this here. Those are almost like the imprints of like little ammonites or something like that, aren't they? Little sort of sea creatures, something like that. This is the beauty of working with genuine gemstones. This is why people fall in love with genuine gemstones. Now this is fossil coral, and it's said to be the oldest gem ever used in jewellery. Discovered in jewellery dating back to 23,000 BC. Wow. So that goes to show the history and the prestige attached to a gemstone like this, and of course, you've almost got a feeling of, well, a prehistoric feeling from your fossil coral here. Absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely mesmerised by this. This is why I love genuine gemstones. This is what makes me feel that there's something special about working with genuine gemstones. Fossil coral here, these are 16 by 12mm puffy rectangles. I have to warn you, their popularity hasn't gone unnoticed. We only have a very limited amount available. The code is PTGP33. When people see your designs featuring this coral with these fossil-like imprints, you're going to make sales, aren't you? Maybe when you get it home, you won't be able to bring yourself to create jewellery designs you're going to sell. Maybe you're going to want to keep this all in your own collection. Particularly when you look at the colour tones, it's perfect for the upcoming seasons, isn't it? Perfect for your spring designs and also your summer collections. Let's have a look at our price this evening for the last in stock of our fossil coral puffy rectangles. $7.95. This is, you know, taken what, 30, nearly 30,000 years in the forming, maybe. This is fossil coral, and it's available right now for $7.95. Imagine how much character and texture you're going to get from these fossil imprints on the surface of this. And don't forget how popular coral is within our handmade jewellery designs. You know, it's very difficult for us to source this gemstone, particularly this variety. PTGP33, it's flying out the door at just $7.95. I'm very, very limited in stock availability right now. Congratulations to everybody on the phone lines. As I say, thought to be the oldest gem ever used in jewellery. That's the kind of prestige this is going to add to your jewellery designs. That's the kind of information you can share with your customers, which is maybe going to spark their interest in buying genuine gemstone jewellery. Well done to Pauline, Leslie, Angela, Janet, Andrea, Joe, Sharon, Heather, Penelope, Leslie. Lots of new buyers as well. People literally flying in on the phone lines to get one of the last few strands of our fossil jasper. Well done to Teresa, multi-buying this strand again. Well done, making the most of your 1 P&P per day of just $2.95. I'm going to have to leave that one there because it is now time for a very, very, very special star buy. Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. It is now time for a very special star buy. Now, all night long, I've been trying to explain to everybody exactly what a star buy is, just because I know that we've had lots of new buyers this week. Maybe it's the first time you've seen me. If so, hiya. I'm Ed, and I used to be the sales manager of the channel. I am now one of the presenting team, and I'm so excited. Usually, as at Star Buys, we're going to give you either a clearance deal or a clearance bundle, but every now and then here on the Miss It Miss Out show, we're going to be given the privilege, I would say, of launching a premiere strand, and this time we're going to be bringing you one of the big four. Gorgeous emerald. The code is on screen. Don't forget, the second the code hits the screen, you can start dialing to add this to your order. Now, the code is RQRU50. This is one of those gemstones that people are familiar with, that people do have a personal association with, that people are aware of and have been for many, many years. We're talking, of course, about May's birthstone, beautiful emerald. Now, this is one of the big four, rubbing shoulders with the likes of ruby, sapphire and diamonds. You've got emerald in there as well, and look at these beautiful emerald tones you've got here. Now, these are faceted ovals. They range in size from 7x5 to 15x12, so you've got some real showcase feature pieces there, haven't you? You can tell the quality of the emerald itself. From the checkerboard faceting on the surface of the gemstone, giving you real sparkle, real glamour. But look at those inclusions. That's what emerald's really prized for, that jardin that gives you lots of character and texture, but also provides you with a unique look on every gemstone. Now, I only have a limited number of these, obviously, because not just because we're at Mother Nature's mercy, but also emerald sought after by all of the biggest sort of design houses in the world. In fact, we're probably competing with ourselves here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, because, you know, of course, we do have our sister channel, Gems TV, and they would love to get hold of 180 carats of emerald. So we're also competing with ourselves here, but fortunately, we have been able to get, I think there's 43 strands available, although I have to tell you, they're already being allocated to baskets. The code is RQRU50. I hope the second the code hit the screen, you were dialing that free phone number, because here comes our launch price this evening for 180 carats of beautiful emerald. Is that correct? $14.95. I'm gonna get in trouble now. People are gonna think that, you know, I'm play acting or something. I have to tell you, I didn't have time to go through all of the products with my producer today, because I had to jump on air early and do the final hour of the designer inspiration show. I never had any idea that this was going as low as that. I honestly thought this was going to be a $24.95 strand. I actually think it should be. As ever, we are not trying to devalue gemstones. We're trying to give you the best value on the market, and I have to say, I'm 100% sure that's exactly what we're doing. These are being snapped up very, very quickly. People are multi-buying this strand. Imagine getting 2 strands of emerald coming to your door for less than £30. 180 carats of emerald available right now for $14.95. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, right, okay, I've only got 10 strands remaining in stock now, so well done to Anonymous Buyer who's got 2, Anne who's got 2, May who's got 2, well done to Teresa in Lancashire, you've got 2, well done to Susan, Rita, Margaret, Emma, Rebecca, Sue, Jill, Sharon, Jill, Margaret, Tina, another Jill, new buyer Deborah. I'm going to have to leave that one there. I know for a fact I only had a limited number available, and it really does look like I've got more than 40 people on the lines there, so I'm going to leave that there because I don't want to disappoint anybody. Beautiful emerald for $14.95. What more can I say? That is an absolute steal of a deal. Don't forget, coming up at the end of the show in less than 1 hour's time now is our superstar buy. This is green Kunzite. I've got slightly higher quantity of these, and of course we will be bringing them to you at a Miss It Miss Out launch price. We're going to go to a quick break. When we return, the final hour of Miss It Miss Out. Don't go away.
Are you looking to create bespoke bridal jewellery? Then come and join guest designer Sheila on our bridal workshop. Sheila will guide you through how to design stunning accessories, including techniques using headbands, hair combs and tiaras. The full course includes a selection of hair combs and headbands, a selection of findings and wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a trip to our gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 6444 655.
Join guest designers Debbie Bulford and Rachel Norris to explore the endless possibilities of combining polymer clay and wirework. This DVD guides you through a variety of projects and will give you the inspiration you need to create your own designs. Advance your jewellery making and fuse your talents together with this amazing DVD. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Join guest designer Laura Binding on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker, bringing out the designer in you.
Brand new kit.
It's a brand new kit.
Brand new kit.
It's a brand new kit.
Brand new kit.
It's a brand new kit. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah!
If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Welcome back to the Miss It Miss Out show here on JewelleryMaker. My name's Ed and I'm old. Everyone's taking the mickey out of me in the break because I said, I tell you what, my gout's playing up something rotten. I broke my toe, you see, about over a year ago, and ever since I've had a bit of gout. Now, do you know who is going to be taking the mick out of me tomorrow? That gorgeous girl we just saw. Carol is back tomorrow. I know how many people are excited to see her back, and that's just the crew. Imagine what the audience is going to be like, particularly when they see that she is bringing them this.
Warm milk, mate.
Brought me. Get out of it, calling me old. Warm milk.
Before you go to bed.
Believable. Thank you, Daniel. Check out this strand of opal. Some of the finest opal we've ever brought you. Look at it. It's beautiful. How come she got hold of this? Just because it's her first day back. They've left a little apple on her desk, haven't they, eh? Beautiful opal coming up in the Designer Inspiration show tomorrow, which is Carol's first show back since she went to have her gorgeous little baby. So I just thought I'd give you a heads up about that. It's coming up at some point between 1 PM and 5 PM tomorrow. And this evening, though, however, to be fair, we have been given a couple of treats as well. We just launched a premiere strand of emerald, and at the end of the show, we have got the privilege of bringing you beautiful green Kunzite, a gemstone I'm not sure I've ever seen before. Now, I've been selling gemstones for about 6 years, and I don't think I've ever seen this variety of Kunzite. I have instantly fallen in love with it. It's these lagoon green tones, and actually the beauty of this particular strand is that it actually shows you the way in which Kunzite forms. So it actually forms in these flattened prismatic crystals. And you can see that here because of the organic nature of the cuts. Absolutely incredible. I have to warn you that I only have 100 strands of your green Kunzite available. We just sold 50 strands of emerald in about 60 seconds. So that just goes to show you how popular our premiere strands are. It's coming up at 5 to 9 this evening as our superstar buy. Don't go away, but before that, we are going to bring you as many miss out opportunities as we can. We're going to try and find and add it to your order price for each and every one of you. And as a result, I'm going to have a quick sip of coffee just to G myself up, because I know how busy it gets in the final hour of the show. Lovely jubbly. Right, where are we moving on to? All right. Beautiful. This is serpentine. So you get that gorgeous pastel shade of green here with this gemstone. Perfect for your springtime collections. This is really interesting, actually. So it has, it does have a drill hole through the centre, but it's actually got this sort of indentation carved around the outside of the gemstone. It's highlighted by the way it's been threaded, and it just opens up more creative opportunities for you as a jewellery maker when you're working with this strand. They are irregular shapes, actually been classified as nuggets, but it's not really a fair classification, because when I think of nuggets, I think of a really organic feel like we've got with our Kunzite. These have a really high polished finish, just that they're irregular shapes. So they range in size from 15 by 15 mil to 19 by 12 mil, giving you over 300 carats of serpentine. The code is NVGP71. Let's have a look at your add it to your order price this evening. $12.95, a huge carat weight of serpentine. This is a gemstone again that we don't see lots of here at Jewellery Maker, few and far between in fact. And right now you can add it to your order for just $12.95. Lots of people getting involved already. That's the way to do it. If you already have a P&P up and running here at Jewellery Maker, add to that P&P of just $2.95 per day and take advantage of beautiful serpentine, 320 carats thereof for $12.95. I'm going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. I'm going to move on now to one of my favourite gemstones, and I think a lot of people who consider themselves gemstone collectors or they have an interest in gemology love this gemstone. It does everything we want a gemstone to do. Each and every one looks completely individual. Each and every one highlights the fact that it comes from nature, and you can see why, because look at these. You've got a monochrome effect on this gemstone for a start, so very fashionable, very easy to integrate into your designs. And then you've got Mother Nature's autograph on each and every one. They look like little paintbrush strokes in the centre of the gemstone. Now, these inclusions are actually caused by tourmaline. So again, it's like getting 2 gemstones for the price of 1, isn't it? But here, you've got huge 14mm faceted rounds. And because of the facets, look at the glamour, look at the sparkle as I move it. 500 carats on this strand. The code you need is EAGP55. Now I know for a fact that this is popular because we only have a limited number available. Let's have a look at our current price. Currently available at $11.95, and as I say, that represents the best value in the market, but we're not staying there this evening. We're about to go to a miss it, miss out price. We're going to go exceptionally low. The code is EAGP55. This has never previously been reduced in price, and right now you can add it to your order for $8.95. A huge saving, giving you the equivalent of your P&P back in your pockets. If you already had a P&P up and running and you were looking at this thinking, oh, I think I'm going to add that to my order, we've already taken the sting out of your P&P. We've taken it down to $8.95. 500 carats in total. The code is EAGP55. Congratulations to everybody flying in on the phone lines. Well done to Valerie, well done to Linda, well done to Margaret, well done to Laurie, well done to Amy, well done to Anda. So many people getting involved now. The code is EAGP55. Don't forget, at 9 PM, this is going to return to the original price of $11.95. If you want to take advantage, add it to your order right now. And of course, you do have your 30-day money-back guarantee to make your final decision. Well done to Teresa multi-buying this strand as well. Making the most of your 1 P&P per day. Moving on now, beautiful bronzite. And these are gorgeous marquee shapes. They're quite small and dainty, so they're not going to be overpowering in the design, but again, they'll feed into your designs that are inspired by nature, because they are going to lend themselves to being used as leaf shapes or petal shapes, for example, for your floral motifs. 70 carats in total, genuine marquise cuts because they are twice the length as they are diameter at 12 by 6 mil. The code you need this evening is HAGP44, 70 carats in total, your top drilled marquise bronzite, and here comes your price for the last in stock. $7.95. Absolutely ridiculous, the value we can offer you on genuine gemstones. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company. We have huge buying power, and we pass that on to you by giving you these ridiculous prices. 70 carats of bronzite available right now for $7.95. The code is HAGP44. 70 carats of bronzite in your marquee shapes available right now while stocks last for just $7.95. I'm going to leave that one with you. We're going to move on. Okay, we're going to stick with this cut of gemstone and offer you another marquee shaped gemstone here. Again, perfect for petals, perfect for leaves. Maybe you have another way that you use marquise. Don't forget, if you want to get involved with the show, if you want to share a hint, a tip, or maybe you just want to say, Ed, shut up, then don't hesitate to interact with us here on the show. You can text in to 60777 and start your text with the phrase JM Studio. Alternatively, you can get involved with me on Facebook at Ed Presenter. Or of course, if you're watching online, just click the message box and whatever you say will come straight through to my producer. Try not to be too abusive. No, I'm joking. No one's going to be abusive when we're giving you prices like this. 50 carats of beautiful red tiger's eye here. Again, top drilled marquee shapes. The same size, 12 by 6 mil. The code you need is EWGP45. Let's have a look at the current price for this strand of beautiful tiger's eye. Currently available on our website for $7.45, and we're not staying there. We are going to take the price down tonight to a miss it, miss out price, which of course will only be available until 9 PM. Whoa, down to $5.35 for genuine red tiger's eye cut into these beautiful marquee shapes. For me, That's an add it to your order price. Do not be messing about here. Get involved while you can. You do have your 30-day money-back guarantee to make your final decision, but at $5.35, that really is an add it to your order price. EWGP45, 50 carats of red tigersite available right now for $5.35. If you want to add this to your order, dial that free phone number or click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. Congratulations to Sandra, Rhonda, Carrie, Laurie, and new buyers. You're there as well. This is a steal of a deal at £5.35. If you want to take advantage, get involved right now. Don't forget, every night here on Jewellery Maker between 5 PM and 9 PM. If you miss it,
You miss out!
that was just to make up for Pete missing out earlier. EWGP45, 50 carats of red tiger's eye for £5.35. The lowest ever price on this strand. So congratulations to everybody getting involved. We are going to leave that one with you. We've got to get it off screen. We're going to move on now. Wow. Love this gemstone. We saw a gorgeous example of this earlier, but they were the droplets. Now we have got the faceted rondelles of Amazonite. You've got that traditional pastel shade of green. It's going to sort of add a real freshness to your designs, I think. 75 carats in total, perfect for your spring collections. The rondelles themselves range in size from 5x2mm to 10x7mm, giving you 75 carats in total. The code is JBRU67. And unfortunately, we only have a limited number available, so if you do want to get involved, start dialing that free phone number right now. And we are going to give you an incredible price this evening. Now, we actually did see how popular Amazonite was earlier tonight. We brought you, I think it might have been in the opening hour actually, wasn't it? We did the drop shapes. They were graduated in size as well, and we sold them out. We didn't have any left at the end of it. If you want to get involved with this deal, start dialing now. The free phone number is 0800 644 655. If you're already logged into JewelleryMaker.com, you can already be clicking to buy now, but don't forget, if you do add it to your basket, it's imperative that you check out to avoid disappointment. The code is JBRU67. If you want to get involved, dial now, because here comes your price for the last in stock. $8.95 is all you're going to pay. And once again, less than £10 for genuine gemstones. But that's what we do. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and as a result, we have huge buying power. It's not just because we're part of one of the biggest gemstone buying companies in the world. It's also thanks to you. Your loyal custom over the last 4 years has enabled us to expand our buying operation. We can now get gemstones at the lowest possible prices, and as a result, we can pass those savings on to you and give you this stupendous value. JBRU67, 75 carats of beautiful Amazonite available right now for $8.95, but only while stocks last. Congratulations to everybody on the phone line. Lots of people probably thinking, why is it called Amazonite? And actually, the clue's in the title. It's exactly what you were thinking. It's actually found near to the Amazon River. That is where it gets its name from. And you know, once again, it's those little associations with the gemstones which may spark people's interest and which may make them more likely to buy your jewellery from you. JBRU67 available right now at $8.95. I'm going to leave that one there. We're going to move on. Ooh, moving on now to gorgeous pyrite. Only previously featured as part of bundles. So that goes to show its popularity, particularly with our designers here at Jewellery Maker. Now, the designers will sit together with the management or the producers and put together designer boutique bundles. This particular strand has been selected time and time again, and as a result, you've never seen it as a single strand, but we are going to give you that opportunity. But unfortunately, there could be some disappointed faces. I think the reason why this has been included in so many bundles is that it gives designers the opportunity to add a level of opulence and elegance to their designs without having to drive the price up by including genuine precious metals like gold. On top of that, it also gives you a bit of a weightiness. It's quite a heavy gemstone. And I think another consideration when you're looking at this particular strand is the irregular faceting. So, irregular rounds, don't agree with that. These are like faceted nuggets for me. And you know, that's actually quite apt, isn't it, when we're talking about fool's gold pyrite, because you know, think of golden nuggets and the way these are going to enhance your designs, because they're going to bring those sharp edges, that dynamic feel to your collections. 160 carats in total. They are 7 by 6 mil in size, but obviously due to the irregularity of the faceting, you know, that might range a little bit more, it might vary a little bit more. Not enough for you to tell because they are all very similar in size. The code you need is AGG P48, and we are going to offer you a miss it miss out price for the final few in stock. Start dialing that free phone number right now if you want to get involved, because these are just $8.95. Never been seen before as a single strand of gemstones, and right now you can add them to your order for less than £10, just $8.95 is all you're going to have to pay. It's another add it to your order price for an essential stash strand. This is one of those strands that you're going to want to have in your gemstone stash. You never know when it might come up. Gorgeous accent gemstone, in fact. For some of your larger gemstones, you can include fool's gold and, you know, add that elegance to your designs. AGG P48 available right now for $8.95. We'll leave that one with you. We're going to move on. We're going to try and find an add it to your order deal for each and every one of you. Oh, how many of these have we actually got in stock? Okay, quite a healthy quantity. But I've got a funny feeling we won't have such a healthy quantity once you see them. These are going to fly out the door. We are also going to give you a price that is not to be ignored. The code is DJGP57, 125 carats of rose quartz, and this time, the gemstone of true love in your carved leaf beads. You're not going to want to miss out on this deal, I promise you. All the work's done for you by the lapidrist, basically. You don't need to have a particularly creative mind here to work these into a design. They're inspired by nature, gorgeously carved into these leaf beads. Now they're 14 by 10 mil in size. And as I say, you've got 125 carats, beautifully feminine. Got those pastel shades of pink, but actually, again, the colour tone here is quite solid, isn't it? And actually, the less transparent the stone is, the more colour we tend to get from it. We're looking at 125 carats in total. The code is DJGP57. Let's have a look at your price for the last in stock. $7.95. I was going to say, okay, it's originally launched at $9.95. Right now, we're down at the lowest ever price for 125 carats of beautiful rose quartz in these carved leaf beads. Ever popular here at Jewellery Maker because, basically, like I said, the creative process is done for you. You know how you're going to use these. You're going to use them in those natural organic designs because of that beautiful carving, which has enhanced the look of this feminine gemstone. The code is DJGP57, 125 carats in total, available right now for $7.95. I'll leave that one with you, and we're going to move on. And actually, we'll take this opportunity right now, because we're only about 20 minutes away or so from bringing you our Superstar Buy. It's going to be coming up between 10 to and 5 to 9 this evening. I've never been able to bring you this gemstone before. Beautiful green Kunzite. Now, I love this strand for so many reasons. One, it's one of the rarest varieties of Kunzite, one I've never seen. Two, you've got that organic feeling from the irregular cuts, almost shards of Kunzite, which you're going to add to your designs because of that organic feel. But also, the beauty of that is that you also get to see the way in which the gemstone itself forms. the natural crystal formation here. And I think that adds to your designs. I think that adds to the overall feeling of what you're getting. And on top of that, I also have a little indication of what the launch price is going to be at 5 to 9. So if you do want to get involved, and trust me, you do, the second the code hits the screen for this strand of green Kunzite, start dialing or click to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com to avoid disappointment. I only have 100 available, so trust me when I say the second that hits the screen, start dialing to avoid disappointment, okay? But we're going to move on. We've got about 20 minutes before that's coming up, so where are we moving on to? Moving on now. Beautiful tanzanite. Now, we discussed earlier when we were looking at our premier strand of emerald. That's right, I said it. We have brought a premier strand of emerald to you on the Miss Out show. When we discussed the big four, emerald, ruby, sapphire and diamonds. But these days, we refer to it as the big five, and that is all thanks to this gemstone here, tanzanite. Now, I think the reason that it's managed to create this level of prestige for itself is the beauty of the gemstone and, of course, the rarity of the gemstone. Because this was actually discovered in the late 60s, so it hasn't had thousands of years to create a big name for itself, like rubies and emeralds have been. They're the kind of gemstones that are included in sort of royal jewellery, into imperial collections of jewellery. Tanzanite hasn't had that opportunity. It was discovered in the late 60s. We've only ever discovered one source for this gemstone, one mine found in the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, and the beauty of the gemstone itself highlights how it has been able to create this massive following. I mean, when it was originally found, it was exclusively sold by Tiffany's. Nobody else was able to bring you this gemstone. Obviously, as time's gone by, that exclusivity has moved away now, right to the point where we can offer you the opportunity, to include tanzanite in your handmade jewellery collections. Such a rare gemstone, only one source on earth that we know of, making it 1,000 times rarer than diamonds. And look at the colour tone, beautiful tanzanite. 30 carats in total. Now, these are polished plain ovals. They range in size from 5x3 to 10x7, so quite dainty sizes, but very easy to include in those elegant designs. The code you need this evening is FDGZ65, and we are going to offer you a very small price reduction. It was originally launched at $49.95. Now, when you see the consistency of the colour tone, you'll understand why. Because it is some of the best quality tanzanite we've ever brought you here at JewelleryMaker. There's nothing wishy-washy about the colour tone here. It's a really bold violet blue. So originally launched at $49.95, we are now down at $29.95. And we're going to give you a very slight price reduction just to try and make this as accessible as possible. We're going to take it down to the lowest ever price of $27.95. The code is FDGZ65, the lowest price you've ever seen this strand at, $27.95. If you've been thinking about maybe adding some of those more prestigious gemstones to your collection, this could be your opportunity. This is essentially a £50 strand of tanzanite, and right now we're bringing it to you for less than £1 a carat. 1,000 times rarer than gemstones. A gemstone that has a very prestigious connection without having had the history attached to it. And right now you can add it to your collection for $27.95. Now, originally launched at $49.95, this is your opportunity to get tanzanite for less than £1 a carat. Who else can give you that kind of value? Congratulations to Carrie, Sylvia, new buyers, you're getting involved with this. Amy, you're there as well. Well done to Betty. Well done to Jane. Well done to Janet. Well done to Margaret. Well done to a lot of anonymous buyers as well. Being naughty, are we? FDGZ65, available right now at the lowest ever price of $27.95. I'm going to leave that one with you, and we're going to move on. And moving on now to gorgeous cultured pearls. Ever popular, one of our fastest selling strands here at JewelleryMaker. The second we put cultured pearls on screen, they fly out the door, like that. Reason why is that we're able to offer you the best prices on the market, in my opinion. FGG P50 is the code. The reason I'm giving you that is because I can already see people dialing the free phone number to get involved, and of course clicking to buy now on JewelleryMaker.com. These have a gorgeous sort of lime green feel to them, don't they? Or, yeah, I think sort of a fern green or a lime green. They've got a sort of pastel base colour, but then because of the pearlescence, they do have a little zing to them as well. Now these are potato pearls. They're 8 by 7 mil in size. And those slight irregularities are what make these pearls what they are. They're genuine culture pearls. No one's going to mistake them for faux pearls. No one's going to think that you're working with synthetic beads. They're going to know that you have sourced genuine cultured pearls. Now, cultured pearls are perfect for so many different reasons. Whether it be a classic design or a contemporary design, and it doesn't matter whether you're 8 years old or 88 years old, you can always pull off a strand of pearls. The code you need is FGG P50, and we are going to give you a price reduction this evening. Let's have a look at our current price. Already available on our website at $12.95. But for the last few in stock, we are going to take these now down to a miss it, miss out price. And don't forget, at 9 PM, they are going to return to this original price of $12.95, but you can take advantage right now of our miss it, miss out price. FGG P50 down to $8.95. A huge saving when you consider what you're getting here. Green cultured potato pearls currently available at $8.95. Of course, at 9 PM, they're going to return to the original price of $12.95. I've been saying, I've been trying to express this all night, that already represents the best value on the market, but here on the Miss It Miss Out show, it's our job to give you the best possible price. It's our job to clear out the last of stock and make way for new and exciting products, and that is exactly what we're doing. We're taking that responsibility extremely seriously tonight, and we're taking genuine gemstones down to this kind of price. $8.95 for green cultured potato pearls. The code you need is FGG P50. I'll describe these as an essential item to have in your stash. You're going to need strands of pearls in your gemstone stash because you never know when you're going to want to make one of those classic vintage designs. FGG P50 green cultured pearls available right now at the reduced price of $8.95, and of course in just 20 minutes time they're going to return to that original price of $12.95, so take advantage right now. We're going to leave that on with you. I'm going to move on. Moving on now to another strand of green cultured pearls. Now those were extremely popular. Those were the potato pearl variety, quite small and dainty, quite uniform in size. Here I've got the baroque pearls. These are much more organic due to the way they form. So these are ranging in size from 8 by 9 to 13 by 9, so real statement sizes. Do you know what? Create a gorgeous design using these together, couldn't you? So if you did just get hold of those potato pearls, why not add the baroque pearls to your order too? Now these have, as I say, a really organic feel to them because of the irregularities in the shape. They actually have a flat bottomed finish, so they're going to sit perfectly within perhaps even a soutache design, but also bracelets and necklace designs. They're going to work so well. These have more of a like sort of golden pearlescence to them, in my opinion. The code you need is ILGP56. These are another essential strand to add to your order. Don't forget, you're only ever going to pay 1 P&P per day here at JewelleryMaker of $2.95. So if you've already got that up and running, this is an add it to your order item. Let's have a look at our current price on our website for these cultured pearls. Wow. They're already available at $7.95. And we are going to give you no choice but to add these to your order. It's going to be an essential. Add it to your order item tonight. Green Culture Baroque pearls going under £5. ILGP56. They're available right now for £4.95, but I only have a limited number available. People are flying in on the phone lines. Congratulations to everybody taking advantage of this deal. This is why you got to tune in right up until 9 p.m. Congratulations to Alison, Monica, Heather, Teresa, new buyer, you're there. Abigail, you're there. Amy, you're there, making the most of your 1 PMP today. Well done to Aileen. Well done to Victoria. Well done to Laurie. You're a regular buyer here at JewelleryMaker. I've seen your name a few times this evening as well. That's the way to do it. Once you've got an order up and running here at JewelleryMaker, add as many of these clearance opportunities as you can. Under £5 for genuine culture pearls. You know you're going to make your money back off a strand like this. You only need 2 to create a gorgeous pair of pearl earrings. Linda in North Carolina, we've gone global. Just goes to prove the value we offer here. It's cheaper for you to source cultured pearls from us here at JewelleryMaker than to buy them in the States. Well done to you. Well done to Rosie. Well done to James. You're there as well. Lots of gentlemen buyers this evening as well. Lots of people flying in to add pearls to their order for just £4.95. If you are on that phone line, stay exactly where you are. A member of the help team will be with you very shortly. Now moving on. Wow. Huge variety of emerald here. One of our matrix collections. I won't bother getting them out because we saw earlier that it's much easier to display them this way. So you get your little storage box which has your collection of emeralds in a variety of shapes and cuts here. You've got your rondelles, your top drill dropped in a variety of sizes. You've got your little wheels as well. All in all, you've got 8 different cuts here, and this is precious emerald, giving you 170 carats in total, and we are going to give you a clearance price tonight. The code is REVX11. Let's have a look at our current price for the Matrix collection of emerald. Wow, already under £20, and we launched a strand earlier, didn't we, for a ridiculous price. I think that was 65 carats, wasn't it, for $14.95. Right now you're getting 170 carats for $19.95, but we are going to give you a clearance price. We are very limited in availability, I'm afraid, on this strand of emerald. Let's have a look at our clearance price for May's birthstone. Should be $19.95. We have taken them down now to $12.95 for an incredible collection of emeralds. You've got 8 different cuts, different sizes. You don't have to throw it all into one design. In fact, use it sparingly. This is one of the big 4. Gorgeous emerald, and you can add it to your order right now for $12.95. Again, people flying in on the phone lines, adding to their 1 PMP per day of just $2.95. If you want to be one of the lucky few to take advantage of this deal, dial now. It's just $12.95. The code is REVX11. What's up, producer Liam? I see. Well, it's available right now for $12.95. It looks like it's going to be a sellout. REVX11, your Matrix collection of emerald, available right now for $12.95. If you want to get involved, dial now, because it's only going to remain at that price for another 15 minutes. At 9 p.m, it's going to return to the original price of $19.95. So take advantage of this right now. That is a miss it, miss out deal. We're going to move on though, and we're going to move on now to your gleams. Now these are perfect for maybe some of the more alternative disciplines, so your polymer clays, your resins, even your metalworks. I think you can use these gleams on. Now the code you need is AVFT03. I know that many of you love to apply these gleams onto the surface of your polymer clay designs, for example, to give it a completely different look. And here we've got your golden tones. So you've got 3 different tones, all varying shades. I mean, I would say that's copper, 9 karat gold and 18 karat gold. How about that? That give you a good indication. So the code is AVFT03. We are going to give you a clearance price. This is your opportunity to get your gleams, your gilding wax into your collection, but at a reduced price. Let's have a look at the current price for this product. currently available on our website for $9.95. Once again, we tried to work with our suppliers to give you the most competitive prices on the market, and right now we're going to give you a miss it miss out reduction, taking the price down but only available at this clearance price until 9 p.m. this evening. This is your Colourful Thoughts Gleam set in your golden tones. The code is AVFT03. Currently priced at $9.95. We're about to give you a clearance price, available at this price until 9 p.m. Wow, $6.95. Once again, giving you the equivalent of your P&P back in your pocket. And of course, this is the lowest ever price for this particular item, down to $6.95. Take advantage while you can, particularly if maybe you expanded your sort of the disciplines with which you're involved in over the Christmas period. Lots of people got involved with poly McKay. Look at this. $6.95, a clearance price this evening. AVFT03. My producer's just filling me in because there's a little bit of a controversy going on the Facebook site. He's saying, talking about a strand of Amazonite we sold earlier. Now, what I was saying was that originally the name comes from the fact that Amazonite is found near the Amazon River. Now, I know that there's lots of different sources of Amazonite. Obviously, now we have mines all over the earth where we're able to source Amazonite, but originally it was discovered near the Amazon River, and that's where the name comes from. So we cleared that up, hopefully, and just want to ensure that nobody feels misled by anything I say on the show. So Amazonite originally named because it was found near the Amazon River, but as many of our customers have pointed out, you can find it all over the world now. So we're moving on to ruby zoisite, the parent stone of tanzanite. This is so. This is the stone which forms before you start to find the crystal formations of tanzanite. So quite an interesting mineral, and the most interesting thing about it is that you get these variety of colour tones. So it ranges from those really deep dark forest greens up to your pastel shades of green, and even you've got those ruby red tones in there as well. You're looking at over 450 carats of ruby zoisite here, and these are plain 12mm rounds. The code you need is IMGP86. I love these because, again, they're large enough to make a statement in your design, but they're still sort of workable enough to be used with your larger statement gemstones. So at 12mm, they're that perfect size, aren't they? These are plain rounds, so they're really easy to integrate into your designs. You've got 465 carats here, but as I say, I really think it's all about the combination of colour tones you get across the strand. I mean, let's take this one for example. You've got your ruby red forming there, around that pastel shade of green, and then if you look on the other side of the gemstone, you've got your deep forest greens as well. Almost looks like a jet black tone, in fact. The code is IMGP86. Let's have a look at our current price and the price this evening for this strand of ruby zoisite, down to $6.95. It's a miss it miss out opportunity. If you want to add ruby zoisite to your collection, it's just $6.95. It's an add it to your order price, particularly if you already have a P&P up and running. If you've already paid that £2.95 for today, then you can add ruby zoisite to your order for just $6.95. The code is IMGP86. I'm going to leave that one with you, and I'm going to move on. Oh, love these. Okay. Perfect for Valentine's. Only previously featured on the show as part of designer bundles. Right now is going to be your first opportunity to add this strand to your order as a single strand. It is classified as red jasper. I always tend to think of it as having more of a sort of Mediterranean feel. It has sort of terracotta shade to it, but actually this has real depth to it. This actually does. Actually, I'm going to go back on what I've said previously. This really is red jasper. 190 carats in total. These are your cross-drilled hearts, perfect for your Valentine's commissions. 12mm in size. We know any time of year heart-shaped gemstones are popular, but particularly at these romantic times of the year. 190 carats in total. The code is CJGP31. And let's have a look at our price for the last in stock here. As I say, been heavily used by our designers in their boutique bundles, but right now, for the last few, you can add this to your order for $6.95. Once again, a very labour-intensive strand, because we've not only had to source and mine for the jasper itself, we've then had to cut it and, of course, hand carve each and every one of these gorgeous heart-shaped gemstones. If it wasn't a genuine heart shape, I'd be the first to tell you. But these really are very defined heart shapes. Beautiful lapidary work here, and you've got that high polished finish which is going to give you a really high-end feel to your jewellery designs. I mean, once again, you only need a couple of these to create a pair of earrings and you're going to make your money back. CJGP31, people flying in on the phone lines from all over the globe to take advantage of these deals. We've had buyers from Greece, buyers from Menorca, buyers from America. We've got some buyers on the phone line from Germany as well tonight. That goes to show you the value we bring you here at Jewellery Maker. It's cheaper to actually ship from here in Redditch than it is to source in your own country. CJGP31, 190 carats of red jasper in your cross-drilled hearts, and they're available right now while stocks last for $6.95. I have to warn you, I am now down to single figures of availability. If you want to take advantage of this, start dialing that free phone number right now. Get it home, see it for yourself. If it's not 100% perfect, you can use your 30-day money-back guarantee to send it back to me, but I very much doubt anybody's going to be disappointed when they get these home for just $6.95. Beautiful red jasper, and actually, you can see this matrix on the surface of the gemstone, these beautiful veins which give it that extra character and texture. I mean, look at this one, for example. Look at that. Imagine how much character that's going to bring to your design. They're available right now for $6.95. Congratulations to all our multi-buyers out there. We're going to leave that one with you. We are going to move on. Looks like it could be a sellout. If you're on the phone lines, stay where you are and speak to a member of our help team. Moving on now, while we're talking about gemstones that are going to add character to your designs, check these out. They almost have a feeling of, you know, the clownfish. You see that tropical fish that has that gorgeous tangerine basin with those really definitive white striping on them. That's what you've got here. Orange agate with a white line. 340 carats in total. I love the almost juiciness of these gemstones. They make me feel like wanting some fruit. XXGP75, 340 carats in total. Again, these are 12mm rounds. So, you know, like I was saying earlier, they would form a real statement in your designs at that size, but they'd also work with larger gemstones. But I think with these, they've got so much character, they've got such a tropical feel to them. Again, they're going to be really popular in your spring collections and your summer designs. Maybe to be wearing along the beach as a daytime piece, a bracelet. I think that would look gorgeous. 340 carats in total. The code you need is XXGP75. Oh, let's have a look at our current price on our website for this strand. $6.95 again. Ridiculous value here at Jewellery Maker, and we're going to give you a miss it, miss out price. This price will only be available until 9 PM. So if you want to get hold of these, you want to see them in the flesh, dial right now. You've got your 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can add these to your order for less than £5, just $4.95. It is an add it to your order price, particularly when you're talking about a gemstone with this much character and this much beauty. I mean, as I say, I would see this as something that you could make an everyday bracelet from, that's going to be gorgeous when you're walking along the beach in your linens, and this could be the way to add a little bit of vibrancy to your ensemble, because you've got that beautiful tropical feel from the gorgeous orange agate tones there, but they're still going to make a statement because of that white stripe that's really making them stand out and pop. XXGP75 available right now to add to your order for just $4.95. We'll leave that one with you because it is now time, without further ado, and I am excited, I have to say I'm excited. It's time for the green Kunzite superstar buy. Enough embarrassing dad dancing. Let's get to the nitty gritty. It's time for our superstar buy. And fortunately, I have the privilege of launching a premiere strand of Kunzite this evening. Beautiful green Kunzite, a variety that I haven't seen. If I've ever seen it, it must be once or twice in my life. Right now, I can add this to your order. Beautiful organic cuts here. These are your long plain chips, and actually the beauty of this particular variety is that it highlights the way the gemstone forms in these flattened prismatic crystals. They have vertical striations, and you can see that here in these almost icicle-like cuts, can't you? Now the code is on screen. It's IMRU46. This, again, a gemstone with a huge amount of prestige and history connected to it. Originally discovered in 1902 by George Frederick Kunz, and as a result it was named after the man who discovered it and is known as Kunzite. Now usually comes in sort of 3 different colour varieties. The pink or lilac varieties that we're so familiar with. You also get gorgeous yellow Kunzite, and then the rarest variety is this beautiful green Kunzite. I don't see this as often, and as a result, quite a prized gemstone. So you don't see jewellery quality green Kunzite very often at all. Now this particular strand is going to be launched at a very, very low price. I can't guarantee it will stay at that price, but to be honest, I'm thinking that this could well be a sellout this evening. If you want to get involved with this, start dialing that free phone number now. Lots of people already allocating this to the basket. Lots of people already getting involved. That is the way to do it here at JewelleryMaker. This is going to be an add it to your order price for what you're getting here. Over 100 carats of green Kunzite. Graduated long plain chips, which range in size from 10 by 4 to 30 by 6 mil. So real statement pieces here. How would you feel if I told you that I was going to take this Kunzite under £20? If you're happy with that, start dialing the phone number. Let's see who's on the phone lines. All right, okay. There's about 50 people on the phone lines already. Okay, how would you feel if I told you I was going to launch it under £15? If you're happy with that price, start dialing that phone number. Let me see you on the phone lines. Wow, Teresa in Middlesex, you've already bought 2 of these. There's more multi-buyers coming through as well. How about if I told you I was going to take it under £10? Start dialing right now. IMRU46, a superstar buy. Green Kunzite, very, very rare. Something we definitely don't see very often here on JewelleryMaker, and we have launched it at under £10. Congratulations to everybody taking advantage of this deal. Well done to Sarah, Susan, Jill, Tracy, Gloria, Rhonda, Letitia, Laura, Sylvia, Noreen, Teresa, Natalie, Nicholas, Monica, Anna, Catherine, Pat, Cheryl, Richard, Janet, Elizabeth, Claire, Susan, Deborah, Sharon, anonymous buyers, you're there. Tina, you're there. Heather, you're there. Margaret, you're there. Lisa, Hazel. Lots of people multi-buying this now as well. It looks like it's going to be a sellout tonight. I only had 100 when I started. I've now got 20 strands available in stock. If you want to take advantage of this deal, if you want to get this in your collection, act now to avoid disappointment. You do, of course, have your 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can get it home, see it in the flesh, see if it suits your designs. If it doesn't, send it straight back. But when you're getting green Kunzite for $9.95, I don't think you're going to be too disappointed. It's absolutely incredible. How many strands do we have available now, producer Liam? Okay, so we have got around about 15 strands left in stock. Teresa, you have just multi-bought. You've got 4 strands of these winging their way to you. Absolutely beautiful variety of this gemstone. Now, genuine Kunzite is usually quite pale in its tone, and you would say that this has got that pastel shade too. It's quite pale, but actually really strong colour tone as well, isn't it? Gorgeous lagoon greens coming through here, literally flying out the door. I've got 10 strands left in stock. If you want to add this to your order, the time to act is now. The code is IMRU46. You can dial our free phone number. You can add this to your order. Of course, if this is your first purchase of the day, the P&P is just $2.95. You are always going to have your 30-day money-back guarantee to make your final decision. The code is IMRU46. Congratulations to everybody on the phone line. There is a short queue on the phone line, so if you are waiting in that queue, don't panic. It's a free phone number here at Jewellery Maker, so stay exactly where you are and you will be answered in the order in which you've dialed. Congratulations, so far everyone has been successful. Stay where you are. I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I'm going to have to go. Don't forget to tune in right now for Alison on a designer inspiration show, and Carol will be back tomorrow. See you later. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.
Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better.
Join guest designer Louise Jacobson for our Wirework Rings DVD. This DVD contains a step-by-step guide on how to use a ring mandrel, create single and double stone rings, cluster rings and much more.